We're just going
That's
live.
Feel normal. It's just gonna feel good.
Well, okay. A little bit that feels bad about this is that, like, so that chat can understand the sort of attitude perspective that's going on here in this return to Pokemon now after all these years, is that 23 minutes late by time. Really should have only been like 6, but we decided to talk and do anything else other than Pokemon until I was like, I literally have to get this over. Have to get this over.
This is my fault. I am sorry about. I am sorry about that.
Well, it's like it's fine and it isn't, right? Like, on one hand, I accept. Okay. So between the times of 7:06 and 7:22, I accept your apology. Between the times of 10:06 and 10:22, I do not accept your apology, because that's going to be making up for lost time at that point. That's assuming I just don't start just stream of consciousness spewing like a Proust character by that point, as I'm acknowledging the reality in which we live. A lot has happened since the last time we played Pokemon Platinum a month ago. Sekiro Platinum Trophy.
So long.
I played Fire Emblem once. I made an entire video in that time. I didn't play Pokemon a single time though since last time. I'm really trying to moderate myself, because everyone who's here and is going to show up is going to be like, damn, I like Pokemon. Let's go see what's happening on this Pokemon stream.
Yeah,
before me, just like, I can't cold open with, buddy, this game sucks.
You filthy animals want your fucking Pokemon.
You want your fucking Pokemon Gen 4 video? Now we got to do the homework to get to it, which is to play the game. Play the fucking game.
Everyone wants to hear you yap about it.
Yeah.
No one wants to bullshit it.
I'm going to have to go in and mess with my audio levels, because rest in peace, David Lynch.
God, what a goat.
And
that is a tragedy.
I went... I got the soundboard fixed up, so we do have fucking bullshit back. I don't think you can hear it, but the audience can hear it.
Fucking bullshit.
It's back. Mid's back.
I'm not here for mid.
I'm not here for mid. You know, the whole everything. We got all the hits.
We're all back.
All the hits. All David Lynch. He will live on.
Fucking bullshit.
With the greatest quote that's ever been said. So, hello, Lord Pint and Demi K and Eric and everybody else who might be just filing in because
blueberries.
Yeah. Oh yeah, blueberries. To Clutch. What's
Justin,
up?
Hello.
Justin. I am off of my hiatus from streaming, from interacting with people on the internet, because I'm now done. Since the last time we played anything on here, that's not true. I did play Hades and Lost, but the last time prior to that, LSAT done. Job still technically paying me for the time being, but not for long.
You get your results back yet?
I get them back on February 5th.
Ugh.
So I gotta wait. But you know, it's fine. I can't believe it. The game already crashed.
Yeah, I've been noticing that, like, there's a lot of weird interference going on here.
The stream has got a lot of weird looks going on, a lot of weird things happening. It didn't actually crash. My controller disconnected, and because we haven't started playing, it's literally easier to just reboot the whole thing.
Yeah.
Which is what we'll do.
Sounds like a plan. Sounds like a plan.
So, chat, I hope you're ready for the conveyor belt because it's feeding us. The conveyor belt leads directly into your mouth. It's giving you everything you've ever wanted, which
That
is
is true.
Pokemon, and more Pokemon.
I have the team roster up and ready to go.
Okay, we have... This is quite the refresher. We have the Sackman.
Oh, can I get a...
Oh, yes. We have Sackman, Speedy Hawk. I got it shared back to you.
Okay.
Scream, John Lick, Gravy, and that's it. Because we have an egg.
Yes.
52 people.
That egg will turn into
Spiritomb.
something eventually. Hopefully soon, because Spiritomb is number 2 on the list.
Oh, goody. So last time we did beat Fantina. Man, it's been so long. My shit's got rusty here. Chat, I'm gonna rub these out real quick, and then we can figure out where we got to go next. We got to go to Gym 4.
The fighting gym.
Yes.
Because we already did Gym 4.
Well, they like changed it, right?
Yes.
So we need to go to the 5th gym, which is whoever Circle is.
I believe that's Crasher Wake.
Crasher Wake. You know, we have Rotom for this.
For one, well, Rotom's number 1 on the list, so no, you don't.
Fuck. I don't know where we're supposed to go. That's where we're starting off great. What was David Lynch's road movie called again? That would be Wild at Heart, which is his only movie that I have never seen. But I've got it on hold at the library.
We just did Veilstone, right?
What
Because
is
that's
it?
where you fight Maylene.
What is this place called? Visit Beautiful Lake Valor. I guess that's to the south. Yeah, this would be Veilstone.
Okay. Then I believe we need to get to... Oh, do we need to fight Team Galactic in Veilstone? I think we might need to do that at some point.
Do we?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, they have
I'm
these
seeing
marked
about it.
because I have not been to Celestic Town because I think you have to get, like, Defog to get there.
Mhm.
And then the Pokemon League is that way because you get Defog and then you go all the way up to Snowpoint City.
Yeah.
I mean, Crasher Wake is in Pastoria City?
Pastoria, yeah.
Do we have to actually...
Ain't there a Porygon here to pick up in Veilstone? I believe we did talk about this.
Oh, I never did Nin's Wallet!
Yes, in Pokemon Platinum, you can in fact get a Porygon. I'm trying to figure out how to get it.
Hello, Just Call Me Nux. Hello, LeBrick Wall. Hello, Crimbo and Ascended Bagels. Hello, Rosetta Foster. We have Spiritomb.
We do have Spiritomb. Wow.
So,
No hacks.
we beaten the game today.
Yes, we are.
We're going for it.
It's just gonna be 4 gym battles.
Up all night. Today, chat, we suffer. It's a Pokemon called Porygon. Well, goodbye, Rotom. God damn. Yay! Whoa!
I love video games so much.
You know, I could have just played because this is all because I'm only playing this game so that I could do a Gen 4 video, right? I could have just played it regular.
Oh, you could have. But you're friends with me, and I made up a fucking bullshit challenge, and you went, okay.
No, you made a perfectly fine challenge for like X and Y and Sun and Moon and Scarlet and Violet. Maybe not Scarlet Violet.
I don't know what to do about Scarlet and Violet.
Not
Scarlet
play
and
it?
Violet is such just weird fucking video game.
I can't.
love Sigma.
I will never play Scarlet and Violet again. So, chat
You
announcing.
already have all the footage you need, don't you?
I have streamed it. Announcing my new my new video chat in defense of Pokemon Sword and Shield and Scarlet and Violet. It's coming soon. I might actually make a video with. I might make a video with that title, and it'll be completely genuine. But I will release it on April 1st. Cosmic Energy for the win!
I love Cosmic Energy.
Wait, can I do this now? I don't know how to get in.
I actually don't know. I feel like there's some sort of thing that has to happen. You're too young for us. That's...
Get those newspaper people over from the Poke Center on this shit, because we got like To Catch a Predator happening in the Galactic building. This is after Gym 7, says Crimbo. 1 million dislikes and 100 views on the Sword and Shield video. Caldeo, you underestimate how many people will watch a video with that title. And half the comments will be people saying, I'm sick of videos with this title. Okay, what order do we have here?
For the Pokemon?
Yeah.
So number 1 on the list right now is Spiritomb.
Yes.
Then it's Gyarados at number 2. Number 3 is Unknown.
Okay.
Number 4 is Duskull.
Yeah.
Number 5 is Licky Licky. And number 6 is Porygon.
I think if I do a video on what is Chingling? Like
Chingling is the unevolved form of Chimecho.
But like what's its type?
Psychic, I believe.
Damn. Get in there, John. The let's say I did a video with that title though on Pokemon Sword and Shield and Scarlet and Violet. Defending them. Not saying that they're good. Key difference here in vocabulary. We're just going to pretend that John Lake was grinded up. We could have technically done it, so we did do it. I think the approach to a video like that would be to hammer home the fact that the actual dividing line in quality between all of the Pokemon games is actually non-existent.
Huh. Interesting.
And would rely on... It would be a sub-continuation of something that I talk about in the upcoming Dark Souls video, which, chat, if you want to sneak preview of the Dark Souls rough draft, it is on patreon.com and YouTube memberships right now, so that you too can be knowledgeable on what's happening.
What I've read of it so far is really good. I just haven't gotten back to it.
Because I've read extensive Reddit posts, Discord posts, YouTube videos, comments, up and down the line, like talking about like, okay, Gen 2 sucks, Gen 4 sucks, or Gen 8 and 9 suck, and or Pokemon sold out. It's one of my favorite things I've ever heard.
Yeah, they sold out in 1994.
Yeah, I have been very unconvinced by every argument against any generation being specifically bad compared to the rest of the games. I'm not going to say they sound like YouTuber brain per se. I am just completely unmoved by basically any analysis of why one Pokemon game sucks significantly worse than another, because in the actual act of like playing them, these are sort of like non-issues to me. So, you know, oh, Gen 2 repeats too many Gen 1 Pokemon, or, you know, Gen 4's balancing is terrible and there's no fire-type Pokemon, or
Gen 3 has too much water.
Gen 3 has too much water. Gen 5 has an amazing, excellent story that really challenges you ethically.
It's actually secretly quite dark.
It's
Gen 5.
It is one of the darkest video games ever made. I would... It really... I would say it's the common man's Spec Ops: The Line. In how it forces you to question that which you perform in a video game. The activities you do for escapism. Like, why do you play Pokemon for escapism? Have you ever questioned why you're doing what you're doing? Why you're rebuilding the environment, capturing animals, making them fight? You know, it's soulful, I think is the word. What Pokemon exist on this route, by the way? Because we have a
yes, we do
Route
need to.
214.
And I was looking this over, and I got to tell you, the results aren't looking super promising considering what we have to get to.
Remember, though, we're giving up a level 1 Pokemon.
That is true. Your options are Zubat, Geodude,
Zoob?
Graveler, Rhyhorn, Houndour,
Ooh.
and if you wanted to surf, we have Psyduck and Golduck, but I don't think you can. And if you wanted to fish, we have Magikarp, Goldeen, and that is it.
Senate Bagels is saying you're kind of quiet. I guess you're a little quiet compared to me.
Kind of quiet?
I think it's
sorry.
No, I think it's just your volume's fine, but compared to me, it's a little quiet. So I'm gonna bump you up.
Okay.
I'm overwhelming the situation. You know who I want to get?
What do you want to get?
Rhyhorn.
Rhyhorn. Okay. Yeah,
know-
let's do it.
You know why?
Why?
Never used one. And I think they're cool. It's just one of those. I think it's
and
neat.
it'll do really well. And it'll do really well against Crasher Wake.
Who gives a shit? Fuck Crasher Wake. We're just gonna annihilate him with pouring on. I'm just gonna.
That's a really neat Great Ball, by the way.
Yeah, I love Great Balls. Because people in the chat are like Houndour, but Houndour's got the same problem.
Yeah.
And that bodied by Wake.
People love Houndour.
I love Houndour too.
Because Dark type.
Yeah. I love Rhyhorn
Almost.
because Rock Ground.
Rock Ground is one of the type combos of all time.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, isn't Rock Ground just like making either the monotypes of Rock and Ground shittier?
I'm pretty sure it makes the other worse. I think it's like mutually destructive. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Like, the only thing that I think you're really getting out of a Rock Ground typing is that, like...
You get Stab, Earthquake.
You get Stab, Earthquake, and Electricity doesn't work. So if you're Rock type, there's that.
Yeah, but that's assuming that you're Rock type first, right? If we assume they're all Ground type first, then Rock just is ass. It's a liability. I guess unless you got Rock Slide. You know, Rock Slide's nice. It gives you... I guess it gives you stab coverage on birds.
Ascended Bagel says grass, water, and ice types don't exist, so you'll be fine.
Yeah. Now,
and one Zapdos
chat,
hard counter.
That
is true.
If I'm not mistaken, this game added a third evolution to Rhyhorn. I'm not sure how you get it.
Yes,
Rhyperior.
Rhyperior is a trait evolution, I'm pretty sure.
You need a protector, trade related. trade while
Yeah.
holding protector.
It's okay. We have Nin for that.
No, we don't. Nin's asleep.
God damn it. I don't think we're gonna get Rhyhorn this quickly though, or Rhydon this quickly. You do get Rhyperior by trading with a German copy of Pokemon. I do remember that.
That's true, and you don't need the item for it either.
Yeah.
The European version, German version specifically. But also in the German version, Rhyhorn was called Kevin, so I don't know what we can take away from that.
I love Kevin. So, I have been playing Dragon Quest VII.
Okay, it's really good. Can I ask a question really quick, and then we'll
Yes,
get started? When does Horny evolve?
Horny evolves. Such an excellent question.
Horny likes it dry, it says.
Horny evolves into Rhydon starting at level 42. So I do not think we're going to be getting Rhyperior.
Chad, it's about the journey there.
Ooh, I like this. This is funky.
Have I been using repels to make sure new Pokemon are like the highest levels they can be? I have not been.
Oh, that's clever.
That would be smart, right? If I
Yeah.
can get like a high level Pokemon, that would be really smart. I suppose I could rare candy my way up because like...
Yeah, but, you know...
I could be like the hardcore Nuzlockers.
Yeah. So yeah, where I am in DQ7, I have finally found combat.
No!
My party is level 3. Oh, you got one hit. You got O-code.
Yeah, that was one of those one-hit kill moves with 30 accuracy.
I'm upset. I'm behind on DQ7 because I had to go to Spain for like 10 days.
Dragon Quest VII is very good, Chad. If you've not played Dragon Quest VII, I can't recommend it enough. It's really good, and you play it over a very long, extended period of time because it is quite slow, but it's really good.
I've been having a good time with it. Its vibe is so particularly dreamy. And I am going to say this, and it's going to sound like I'm criticizing DQ7, but I'm not. Every time I keep on playing it, I do find myself falling asleep really quickly. That is not a criticism of Dark Souls 7, of Dragon Quest 7. It is entirely a symptom of 4 days ago was on a plane that went for 8 hours across the Atlantic Ocean, and have just only made bad decisions on how to like take care of my sleep schedule after that.
Yeah.
So I'm still like right now I am like doing everything in my power to stay awake. Like
I imagine this is not helping.
Oh, what? Pokemon?
Pokemon.
Gen 4 Pokemon? I'm having problems staying awake? No, I don't think that's true. Some guys asking how was España. It was a weirdly stressful trip, but it went really well. So, I actually got to do a live recording of my upcoming video, in a small theater, in Zaragoza. So, like, that was a really cool experience. And I also made my aunt cry. So
I'm very excited to see how that turns out.
Yeah.
We got the big root.
I'm also excited to see. Unfortunately, all of the live video footage got corrupted and was rendered useless. So Gil is working overtime to make a very vibesy background for the video. So please look forward to that.
But the audio is good.
So the audio got double recorded in that I had two different sources recording it, just in case one of the sources ended up getting going
exactly
bad.
What happened.
We have a backup, so that should be good. The only major problem that I have looking forward into this video is that I use clips of Chaperone's music, and I'm very worried that I play any of those and YouTube is going to immediately go, "You have to kill yourself."
That's fine. They tell me that all the time, and I don't listen to them.
So I do have a backup contingency for that. Unfortunately for everybody involved, the backup contingency is that I learned all of the songs that I've talked about, that I talk about in the script on the piano, and I will just record me playing them, and have that instead of the actual clips themselves.
All right,
So,
what Pokemon are available at Valor Lakefront?
Valor Lakefront. Let's see here. What do we got here?
Barrel for one.
Ooh, we have a Barrel. Yeah, I do technically sing. I have very, very low confidence in my ability to sing, but I can, in fact, do that. I have been in choirs before. I was cast in a musical in undergrad. Your options, Pokemon-wise, is Girafarig, Houndour, Staravia, Barrel, Kricketune. That is it. End of list.
We're going Girafarig.
Oh, hell yeah.
I wonder what Girafarig's catch rate is, or like rate
okay,
of
appearances. I will say the problem in being super critical of Pokemon is that, like, Pokemon is a series for me that kind of is just kind of a wash, I guess I want to say, in terms of like being critical or like super revelatory of it, because all of the games run so similarly to each other. It just feels like they're all fine, like they're all good games. I think squabbling about which ones are better or worse just feels pointless, I guess, in some way.
Well, they're toys. That's where I kind of come down on it too. Is like, I have found myself incredibly. I have struggled recently to think about and write about any sort of Nintendo game, especially like the stuff that there is a lot of like Pokemon is obviously, I guess, technically second party, but
Blueberries. No, that was a great ball that you saw. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, Blueberries. That was actually, it was a quick ball. It's a quick ball because we're catching them really fast. It's actually.
Wait, hold on. Wait, am I canceling games again? When did I do that the first time? Also, hi. Sorry, you were saying.
There's still the winter storm happening, so it's fragging cold outside. So we're gonna name Girafarig after my favorite CAD panel.
I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. Pokemon is just so decisively fine. It's like, maybe I'm just a weirdo, and like what I get out of Pokemon is just sort of
what the fuck?
The aesthetics of it.
Okay.
I just enjoy the like travel log vibes of it. You see new places, you go, wow, that's crazy. You see new Pokemon, you catch some, and I don't know. It's kind of an uncomplicated. It's just kind of an uncomplicated good time.
Yeah. Are there any Pokemon that can be caught in? Actually, this is technically part of Valor Lakefront.
Technically Valor Lakefront, yeah.
Okay, what about 213?
About 213, then we can talk. 213, your options are Wingull, Buizel, Shellos, and Chatot.
What is Chatot?
Normal flying. Also, technically speaking, I don't think you can catch Chatot, because he only shows up in morning and daytime. It is too late.
Am I progression locked now? Do I have to go talk to people?
You can also fish up a Remoraid if you'd want. Oh, you're okay. So yeah, listen, my Catherine video is whatever. Actually, I do have exactly one grievance with how my Catherine video was received. Oh shoot, I should have marked this down. You got
Girafarig.
You got Rhyhorn, right? So that that was the thing that took out Spiritomb, right?
Yes.
So it was Rhyhorn, and then you got Girafarig, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which took out Gyarados. Okay.
I just have to find a Poké Center.
Yeah. So then in 213, hey, guess what? Guess what?
What?
Guess what? You
What?
catch something in 213, Unknown is out.
Yes.
It's over. My grievance is that my grievance in my Catherine video is that like more than like making really good salient points on the video game itself, I worked really hard to be like as belligerently like comedic as I could in that script. And I feel like most people just didn't get it, and that always sucks when that happens, you know?
Yeah. I remember someone got mad at me in one of my Fire Emblem comment sections for having jokes in the video that sucked.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, that's fine, but what they were mostly mad about was that I talk shit about their favorite unit.
It is weird
there's
how
this-
that happens, right?
I said comment section. I will be honest, it was actually a Reddit thread.
Oof. That's always rough. Not as rough, I think, as like a Twitter like drama. I think the Twitter drama is the ones that are just really excruciating.
I don't fuck with Twitter.
Yeah, me neither. It's good to be off of it, frankly. But
Like, I'm not going to
Yeah.
sit here and defend any of my Fire Emblem videos. I'm glad that people like them. Mostly. But what do I have to
Yeah.
do to advance progression?
what do you have to do to advance progression? I'm trying to think if I just remember this intuitively. I want to say you can't go left from here. You can't go south into 213 and then like to the left.
I don't think so, because we have to have Sir. No, we don't have to have. I swear it's like shut off
And
by
then
Surf.
Pastoria is like right there, isn't it?
Yeah, did I like? Was I being silly?
I think you can't approach Pastoria from the right without Surf. I think you can approach it from here, can't you? Yeah.
Is the beach just straight up? Can I just walk it? I don't want to do this.
I'm sorry.
Go away.
I'm sorry. I feel like I've done this to you personally.
Stop. Two-bird, Chelsea. Speedy Hawk. Get him.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Dark Eater Madeir would be great in FE4 as well.
God, I miss him.
I love Meryl's expression.
Meryl,
So-
listen. Okay, all that this was building up to is that like there are things to delight in every single Pokemon game.
Yeah.
Like
Pokemon is fine.
at its core, like Pokemon is a series where delightful, like wacky designed little critters do unspeakable violence to each other in just like a very PG sort of way.
Unless it's Gen 5, and then it's deep.
Yes, and then it's surprisingly dark. But like, so like you're always gonna be able to get something out of it. So like even Gen 8 for being as much of a mess as it is,
Yeah.
like the fact that Gen 8 gave us an evolution for Girafarig and it's called Farigiraf, like I love that.
That rules. The thing that I like, what I appreciate about Pokemon sort of never changing this, right, is like once you sort of accept that these are games for children and they won't grow up with you, they are going to stay the same. They are going to...
Yeah.
People are like,
can
oh,
just have fun with that.
Scarlet and Violet barely work. Newsflash, buddy.
Yeah, nobody talk about how well an
Oh.
effective Gen 1 Pokemon works.
It's all things return. It's all the same. I unfortunately work in a profession where I have to be annoyed all day.
Yeah.
By children. And when they talk about Pokemon, I have no idea what they're talking about generally. Like, because they'll start naming Pokemon and I'm like, I don't know what this is. I don't know who all these new Pokemon are. Like, they'll be saying shit like Feraligatr and Chimchar and
classic Gen 7 Pokemon for Alligator.
You know, like, and I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And they'll describe like the game and the teams and the, Hyper Beam. And it like all like holds over. Like it I know exactly what they're talking about without knowing what they're talking about. There's a weirdly communal part to this.
Koopa Luigi saying no kid is saying Feraligatr. That's pretty good.
Actually, they do say Feraligatr. Big Mouth is back.
Just built different.
It's because
Big Mouth.
Here's why I think children are stupid. It's because back in our day, right? How many Pokemon did you have to dedicate your memory to like knowing?
I mean, I hate to tell you this, but back in my day, I used to have I had memorized all of the original 151 Pokemon, not just in a vacuum, but by Pokedex number.
Okay, but how many was that? 151? Did you memorize Gen 2?
I got close.
Okay.
I didn't memorize all of them by Pokedex number like I did the last time.
But would you know them?
In an instant.
Like if I told you Porygon 2, you'd be like, I know that
That's
guy.
Gen 2, absolutely.
Yeah.
I have that kind of encyclopedic knowledge of Pokemon all the way up to... I want to say I only start getting shaky at around Gen 5 and 6. I think I'm pretty confident that I know most of the Gen 5 Pokemon. I think by Gen 6 is when I start to get a little bit too shaky on it.
Yeah, I don't know the Gen 5. I don't play Gen 5 for the Pokemon. I play it for the story, but...
Yeah.
Here's why, right? Because okay, so you knew like Gens 1 through 4. I knew all the original 151. I knew kind of hit and miss on Gen 2 because I was playing Pokemon in that weird era where you had Fire Red and Leaf Green, and you had Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, and then Diamond and Pearl. I was there when there was that weird gap where there was like the Gen 2. Like if you wanted the Gen 2 Pokemon, you had to play Coliseum and XD and those. And I was able... I had those. I still have them. Those same copies, but like I didn't know them as well. So 3 generations worth. Kids these days, when they talk to me about Pokemon, they can name you all 1,000 of them.
Well,
and I think that takes up too much RAM.
That's terrifying, but I can't be that upset about it because I can tell you every single playable character in all of Final Fantasy, and I can tell you. Like, I'm going to say, like, about 95% of the entire playable cast of Fire Emblem off the top of my head.
I doubt that. So, we can do this. We can do the squiggly or whatever they call those tests later.
The problem with the squiggly is that it's under a time limit. And when you implement a time limit, then your brain starts to panic.
We'll take the time limit off and do the squiggly and see what we can do.
The only ones that I'm not super confident on are Mystery of the Emblem and Thracia 776.
Oh, come on. How do you not know Homer and
every single Final Fantasy?
Warren and Samson and Yabello and Yamilo and Shrubilo.
To be fair,
and
new Mystery
Raedric
is the one that bothers me because you have Robert and Belf and Layden.
Okay, but
Frost
you just literally sat there and named them. So
yeah,
you got
I'm
this.
Getting some of them.
No, you remembered the only new character that mattered, which was Roberto and Belf and Raiden from my to me, Raiden is from Fire Emblem New Mystery of the Emblem Heroes of Light and Shadow. I've never played Metal Gear Solid 2. I have played Metal Gear Rising Revengeance, though. And that is really good.
I need to play Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. I literally own it. Gordon's brother, Ryan. I love Ryan.
Hey,
Seal.
Ryan is the... I know dialogue from Ryan's support, so maybe I can't be one to talk. Because...
I forget that New Mystery of the Emblem is like, hey, we heard you like support conversations, so we did you a favor and we brought them back, and we're like, I wish you didn't.
Ryan's support with, not Belf, who's the main character? Chris. Ryan's support with Chris is the one that's like, where Chris says, I wish I had a docile little brother like you. Yeah. I know Belf supports too. That's the door one. Anybody can open a door.
The pink armor knight you recruit by not killing soldiers. Is Xavier pink? Or are you talking about Sheena in FE3? Because that might be Sheena.
Yeah, Sheena is New Mystery.
And also Xavier is a little bit weirder because it's not necessarily that you're not killing soldiers, but it's like you have to kill specific soldiers and not kill other specific soldiers, and then have NPC units come and talk to those soldiers.
Who was out, by the way? Was it Gyarados and Unknown for...
Did you get your Buizel?
Yes.
Then yes, Unknown is also out. Now your team is, starting from the top, your team is now Duskull, Licky Licky, Porygon, Rhyhorn, Girafarig, and Buizel. But yeah, listen, all of this is to say, again, I feel like I am very good at like masking my more autistic qualities, but like there are moments where it comes up and it feels very painfully obvious that it's like, yeah, this is the thing. Like my brain fixates on this stuff a lot.
Well, can you even name that? Who's that green-haired lady in Thracia? She rides a
one?
Thracia. She rides a Pegasus
Karen?
Knight.
Or Misha?
Misha. Yeah. That was I didn't have a point to bring up about Misha.
Okay.
I was trying to remember.
I know
who she
that
was.
she's like, isn't she like the daughter of Diorba or whatever her name was in FE4? I think so.
Look, if it's not in Heroes, I don't know.
Listen, you have to stop this because I can feel it within me. Like I want to brag about my weird encyclopedic knowledge of a bunch of video games, and that feels insufferable to me. So
He
you
just
have
said
to stop
that-
me.
He just said that Crasher Wake went to Veilstone.
Oh, cool! We have to do the Veilstone thing now. See? Also, why are we not Trevor Lawrence posting?
Knowing every effing character is like knowing every vice president. I can name every vice president.
See, we're not so different.
We
you
are
and I.
not. That's actually not true. I can name like 5.
Also, can I?
I can name like 2 that weren't around in my lifetime.
Can I point out like the absolute like cosmic hilarity about this? Who is the current vice president of the United States? Because I believe that answer is no one fucking knows.
Hey, look.
Whoever his name was dropped off the face of the earth.
You ever
has
find
never
like
been seen again?
You ever find like change in your couch? Because, buddy, I know where we can find a vice president if we need one. We got a tie in the Senate. We need someone to go break it. I know where we can go digging. You acting like this is going to be a challenge.
He changed in that couch.
Isn't he the guy who's like official presidential portrait? It's him in one of those propeller hats that 3-year-olds wear.
And I name every orientable two-dimensional manifold up to homeomorphism. I don't actually know what any of that is, Demi K, but that sounds really cool.
Yeah. That sounds like something
okay,
Iron Colon would say. Tarambar shouting out my name, Chuck Curtis. Love Chuck Curtis. My favorite VP, Chuck.
Yeah.
All my Pokemon suck!
Earlier today, I was talking to you about tennis coaches.
Yeah, I agree, Mixx.
As we want to do.
If you do go, like, if you need, like a quarter or something, you gotta go digging through your couch, get a flashlight first.
Yeah. But I accidentally, when I was talking to you about tennis coaches, I accidentally, like, I almost typoed it and sent it to you as tennis couch.
Look.
And I think that if a tennis couch existed, whoever the fuck the VP is would not survive the experience. He would return a changed man.
I mean, he transformed into change already. I found him earlier. God, but you keep bringing it up. You're like, I don't know if there's been a vice president sworn in or something. I was reading the news earlier, and they were talking about someone got appointed to some position whose name is Jorkin DePenis.
Oh,
which I thought that was weird. Like, are you allowed to name like your like if you have like a baby, can you just name them that, or is that like one of those hypochorisms? Is that like a nickname? Or is that like his? Is that like her
current VP? Yeah.
Is that her birth name?
Yeah, I think our current VP is Vice President DePenis.
DePenis, yeah. That's it. DePenis.
Yeah.
I definitely saw this.
Extended Bagels,
I'm sorry. You mean Madam Vice President?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, Madam Vice President.
Because in this country, we respect. Let me tell you, buddy.
Biological reality, apparently.
In this country, we respect what reproductive cell you work, Chef. Chad, if you think that you can go by he/him pronouns nowadays, think again, Bucko. We are a she/her country only.
We outlawed them. They're dead now.
I would like to point out here, because I feel like this is a hyper-specific bit to say for anybody that is not aware of
Swimming initiative.
Basically, we all got made woke yesterday, or 2 days ago, or whenever it was. So, chat. Basically, what happened is that President Jorkin, or DePenis, I forget which is his first and which is his last, but President DePenis,
Vice President.
Oh well. Probably the same part. President DePenis signed a...
whatever her name is.
Madam President DePenis signed an executive order saying that the government has to respect... The government can only acknowledge the gender that a person was, whether they were the small or the large reproductive cell at conception. Now, it turns out, many scientists have been saying this, that at conception... we're all the female, or known in some circles as women, cell.
Oh,
at
shit.
conception.
Have you got in touch with Women Guy? Because I feel like he's probably...
I'm sorry.
This very hard.
I'm sorry, you mean woman? I'm sure she is having a great time right now, right? Because she just turned into her favorite thing in the whole world. Women.
Oh my god.
Hey.
Oh, it's so stupid.
Okay, well, we're about to go crash her all over her gender reveal party right now, if I can find Wake.
Yeah. Now, because this game is originates in Japan, pronouns still exist here.
Yeah, this game actually exists when he/him pronouns were still legal.
Yeah.
Do I have to do the chat?
Wait, is
Chat,
Wake inside this gym?
Chat, where is Wake before I do this whole thing? Where's Crash her woke right now? She shouldn't be. Okay. Oh, wait. No, I'm sorry. You said this game is actually from woke Japan, where they acknowledge made-up genders like he, him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's this bomb.
Oh, right. Lucas has just had his Pokémon stolen this entire time. He's like, no, it's fine. Faber's gonna come in and save me.
Help me. He's sitting here like he's sitting here like the kid in Sekiro, like Kuro, if you like run out to go fight Demon of Hatred or something before New Game Plus.
Like what I...
Wait, he just called these guys goons. He said, this goon.
Oh, fuck.
Let's see here.
Oh, fuck. And we're gooning? Oh, my God. We're so back.
I need your help.
This is it.
Remember those Team Galactic goons?
Yes.
I'm just excited, right? Because now that I've been seriously working on German, the hardest part about German was keeping track of die, der, and das. But now that there's only one gender, everything is die now, so it's easy.
Unfortunately, there's only one gender in the U.S.
But if I'm speaking German in the U.S., right? But I thought language was based on biological, like, reality, right? So, like definitionally, German's always been wrong to have anything other than die.
That's why Spain has gendered, like, language for all things.
Mm-hmm.
Because Spain isn't a country entirely built out of transvestigators.
Yeah.
They all looked at a table and was like, this table has a feminine Q angle. I'm calling it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Crow Crunk.
So does this mean that everyone is a lesbian now? I mean, I didn't make the rules.
Definitionally speaking. By definition.
Caldeo, that actually might have its roots more in... Actually, I don't know. I was about to say that it might have its roots more in academia than, like, public policy or whatever.
There are people that... Well, because... Well, and I would imagine if you would say Pokemon cards weren't allowed to have they, them pronouns, it is probably, yeah, because we still have people that are like, it's not grammatically correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like that... I think that's the big answer to it, is that, like,
anybody that says that
they
they
very like weird about the grammar of it.
Anyone that says they them is not grammatically correct in the singular, I have to assume that their wife is currently engaging in tennis coitus, tennis coach, tennis,
yeah,
to lessons,
tennis,
just
tennis
playing,
coachery.
just playing tennis. The Roman Empire fell because they were too busy playing Dark Souls. This is actually true. I talk about this extensively in my upcoming Dark Souls video. Chad, I recommend that you check it out. It doesn't exist yet. Chad, if you're a VOD viewer in the future who is like, what do these assholes got to say about Pokemon? If you're a hate watcher from the year 2080, you check out my video.
Senator Bagel says the Emperor shouldn't have been so trans if she didn't want to get transvestigated. That is true. However, I will say that the Roman Emperor at the time was not just secretly trans, but also severely cunty. Like, she was serving.
Roman emperors were so fun. Like,
yeah. Who's your favorite Roman emperor?
Praunus Consort Renan.
Yeah, that's a good one.
What was it? Who was that one guy? Octavius? Mm-hmm. Octavius was a Roman emperor, right? Because Octavius had, like, the divine rights of kings, right? Beat the shit out of, like, a Miss Magius at level 5. I'm pretty sure Octavius was a Roman. Like,
yeah.
Looker. Have no fear, I have come running. I heard of children feuding with the Team Galactic. It turns out, of course, to be you. Dr. Octopus.
Yeah.
Literally most famous one. Oh, Octavius is Caesar? I thought Augustus was Caesar.
Yeah, I thought,
But also
I thought
Julius was Caesar.
Did Caesar just have a bunch of names?
Well, Caesar was like,
was
Caesar was a title, right? I thought Caesar was a title. Like, he was like Julius Caesar,
Yeah.
and then he becomes all the other ones or something, right?
Augustus is Octavius. Okay,
Oh, okay. So he's
is bad. I'm sorry.
their fake
Rome
ass
fucking
language.
sucks.
Their fake ass language. Who gives a shit about Latin? You got to be in Catholic Church hearing them talk all that Latin, because you hear it and you're like, damn. No one like that.
How do you?
Fly.
So how do you feel about the church going woke?
This is true. The church did go woke. My grandmother was very mad about the church going woke, about the Catholic churches. Our specific diocese went uber woke the other day, and it made her very upset.
It's so weird.
I'm blanking now. What was the reason? What did they go woke on? Oh, it was on Saint Luigi, because they canonized him.
Oh yeah.
They're like, we now have to pray to the Sacred Heart of Luigi.
Yeah.
The priest was straight up going on about how, like, you know, we need to pray for the souls of all men, including Luigi Mangione. You know, he's Italian, so you got to shout him out when you're at Catholic Church. But don't let us. He's basically going on about how we shouldn't let it lose sight of the fact that greed and money in America is why health insurance companies just kill people, and like we have to be able to acknowledge that violence can exist in all forms, and that's what Jesus was telling us when he trashed the moneylenders at the temple. And same diocese that came out against the Iraq War in 2003, so she was not happy. You're not going to believe what Father so-and-so said. I'm sorry, sister, but go on.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, your mom needs to get on that.
Yeah. Oh, 100%, like, free loogie. Like,
yeah. I miss loogie.
yeah. What if loogie... Wait, what if that's why Handsome and Hung hasn't been around on stream? Because Handsome and Hung is Luigi Mangione.
Oh my god. Oh
I mean,
my god.
I
You
mean,
have known a celebrity.
it's probable.
Fuck.
Everyone was like, oh, Handsome and Hung just came out for Gold Mary, Summer Gold Mary. Because Handsome and Hung was horny or something for Gold Mary's anime boobs. No, it was just a description of the fact that the user was Luigi Mangione. Okay. Let's go explore the temple, the temple of Team Galactic. Go beat the shit out of Free Hung.
I might need to take just a moment to get up and check why the heat is off, because the heat is off and my room is starting to get quite badly cold. And if this continues, I'm gonna have to whip out the Kigurumi.
Uh-oh. Chat, we're going woke. It's bad.
It's bad. All right, I'll be right back. Because I gotta figure. I'm fucking freezing.
What's more American than getting arrested in a McDonald's for gun crimes? My hero. Every time I go to the gym, you know what I do? Ruin it with McDonald's. 2 McDoubles. Diet Coke. Macros. Hitting. Protein. In me. Squats. Skipped. I get it done, chat. We need fly, though, right? Like, we need fly real bad to make this any semblance of convenience. Let's see, do I have anybody that could fly? That I could just, like, grab out the box and make them fly? Because, like, I'm allowed to do, like, things for HMs just for the sake of convenience. We'll put Sackman up. And we'll get out. Can the Chrysler learn fly, chat? Or hands, hands, hands? But that's my only two, like, flying types. I doubt Dairy Queen or Testicles can. I'm not gonna lie, chat, I'm getting a little emotional looking at the history of the Pokemon that we've, like, left here. Because... like, some of these were my guys. Like, Sweet Nuts was her. Octavius was her. Original Pokemon creators intended you to Iron Man. That's why they included some Pokemon that were worse than others, just as Kaga intended. The, I had said this earlier, and I don't want to come off like too much of a dickhead. But one of the things... Oh, I remember the Chrysler was also really good. One of the things that has made it difficult to, like, continue talking about Nintendo games. Fire Emblem is, like, I think a little bit of an exception because that feels much more second party. Is that, like... with something like Zelda, I guess maybe this is Zelda specific. I keep trying to get back into Zelda, and I'm hoping when we play Oracle of Ages and Seasons for the Game Club, that is going to help get me back in. I cannot shake the feeling that, like, Zelda games in particular are hurt by Nintendo's attitude that they make toys.
I'm back.
And not video games and, like, our modern conception of them. Anyways, I was just saying that I'm hoping that when we play Oracle of Ages and Seasons for the Game Club, that it... I can finally get back into Zelda because I'm struggling to get into Zelda again because I keep feeling like their games hurt by Nintendo's attitude that they make toys. Like,
yeah.
For something like Mario, it ends up being perfectly fine because, like, Mario Wonder was awesome.
Yeah, Mario kind of has that, like...
Mario can run with that.
Yeah. It's like I think that the strongest aesthetic choice that Mario has ever had, as far as, like, a framing device, was to, like, make it a big theater performance, like in Super Mario 3.
Yeah.
Because that is kind of what it is. Every Mario game is just sort of a whimsical performance of, like, a system of mechanics.
A system of a down, you could say. But
sure.
Wow, that was good damage.
I can't believe Sigma's already popping off.
Okay, this is actually going way better than I thought it would already. Tears of the Kingdom was such a letdown. I haven't messed with... I've played Breath of the Wild a little bit, and I've not played a single second of Tears of the Kingdom, and I'm not really tempted to get it either.
I own Tears of the Kingdom. It was gifted to me, and I just have not touched it.
I really need to, like, straight up give them a try. Maybe not that one. I own Breath of the Wild on Wii U, so I need to do it. Hey, you're just like Giraffe Rig. It's fragging cold.
It is. But I am in my onesie, so...
Yeah.
I'm sorry, my Kigurumi. When I was in Spain, I had to call it a onesie because if I said Kigurumi, everybody in my family was like, I don't know what that is. so I just had to like give up and stoop to their level.
Mr. Rexfire has
Although what I
175
should
hours
have
in
done
it.
is I
Damn.
should have just asked my mom to like look it up on ChatGPT if she's so determined to use it all the goddamn time.
I asked ChatGPT for a girlfriend. It wouldn't help me. I said, "Can Eve Stellarblade date me?" And it told me no. It says I couldn't do that. Get in there, doorknob.
Oh, I guess I've recently inherited a Wii U also.
Now you can play Xenoblade Chronicles X.
Sure. Do I want to?
I don't know. I threw out the idea on a post to, you know, hey, would people be interested in seeing a Xenoblade, a little bit of like Xenoblade kind of retrospective when I'm done with Dark Souls? And of course, everyone says yes, obviously.
Obviously.
Obviously. Yeah. The thought of replaying those games, though, gives me nightmares because they're so long. So I don't know if it is going to happen, but I'd have a long time to do it.
The issue that I have with Breath with the Xenoblade game. Wait, we're talking about Xenoblade, right? Somebody said Breath of the Wild in the comments.
Mm-hmm.
It was Brown Panda. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Look, I'm anxious about the Xenoblade games because people keep on recommending them to me too. And respectfully, I'm so tired of being recommended things and then trying them out and going like, this was okay. Like, this is a totally fine time. After somebody's like, no, you don't understand. Like, this is like the defining game of the genre.
Yeah. And Lord Pent points out, for me, if I do this, if I maintained the same aesthetic decision I did for Final Fantasy and Dark Souls, I would have to make an essay that's like, Xenoblade 2 is really good if you ignore everything about it.
Yeah.
I didn't want to let this slide on, because I saw Becklin say a little bit ago that, by the way, Bopper, I finished Metaphor and immediately started another run, so yes, I love it despite disliking Persona 4, which was then corrected to Persona 5, which I would argue you don't have to correct. You can just say both.
Yeah, well, I mean, okay, so the problem with that, in my humble opinion, is that Persona 4, Persona 5, and Metaphor ReFantazio are essentially the same game in 3 different barometers of quality and, like, vision.
Yeah, therefore...
Persona 4 is comprehensively worse Persona 3, Persona 5 is holistically better Persona 4, and Metaphor ReFantazio is holistically better Persona 5.
And don't let an SMT fan talk to you, because then you're about to get annoyed out of the room. Yeah. Because they're going to hit you with all sorts of crazy shit about how I like these games. I liked these games when they were unpopular games, like Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance. They're gonna start hitting you with the I like obscure games like 2.5 million greatest hits PS3 Demon Souls.
Yeah.
You just escaped the anus of Metaphor. That's a fun
niche,
dungeon.
Quality JRPGs like Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever played the original on PS2? What? No, it came out on Switch the first time, right?
No, it came out on Switch, yeah.
Yeah. I liked Metaphor quite a bit. I found it atlased me a little bit. It was still 40 hours shorter than Persona 5.
I think that Metaphor was good in its ability to like basically showcase that they can do the Persona like system in like significantly less time and it still be satisfying and good and like a fun experience.
Yeah. Actually, SMT Strange Journey is the best journey. Thank you,
Tarpad, are you making a G4 TV reference?
Oh, if we're making G4 TV references, I need to get Saguma back on the screen. There he is. because we got to prep up for a boss fight.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm in a very awkward position, and part of that is because I'm kind of considering that next month's video might be my Persona 2 video, but I might want to hold off on that and make my Persona 2 video happen at like a more appropriate time.
Let's see. I don't understand why metaphor exists simply as more Persona without just being Persona. I actually think that that's one of the good things about it, is that, and I hope it sets a little bit of a precedent. It's the same thing that From Slop does, where, like, you can just take a game, like Demon Souls has, we'll use the Catholic word, it's transubstantiated into the blood of Christ. Well, more so, like, it morphed into Dark Souls and Bloodborne and Elden Ring, not really Sekiro, but, you know, all of those. And I think, like, that you can use these gameplay systems to do very different stories without feeling like you have to be bound to whatever the series is that you're working with. I think is actually really good. I think it's good for them. Now, I like that it's called metaphor because it really is like, if I was working with a 6-year-old and they were like, "What's a metaphor?" I'd be like, "Check out this video game.
Yeah.
It's going to explain everything."
Yeah, I like it. I think that it's very simple in a lot of ways, but it's simple in ways that makes it very endearing. And also, if you stick with it, like, it does finally, like, get to meaningfully play with its ideas a little bit more seriously. I like that. I think that that's good. I think that it's a fun time. It makes the idea of going back and replaying Persona 4 and Persona 5 at some point in time sound like the most exhausting thing I could ever conceive of. It has not really shifted my opinion on the Persona series as a whole, though. In that I still do believe that the Persona 2 duology is probably, more strictly speaking, the best of the series, even though Persona 3 is always going to be the most personally significant for me.
Reading through chat again, that sort of thing just bugs me. Like, Chrono Trigger is basically the next Final Fantasy game after 6, but it's not labeled as such. I mean, that would become a logistical nightmare if you did that. Like, we'd be on Final Fantasy 76 right now. Parasite Eve would be a Final Fantasy game. I think we need to get away from series, honestly. I think it'd be a good idea. I think video games are sort of held back by the fact that, like, for some series it ends up being fine. I think our obsession with series, both from, like, a fan level and, like, corporations want them because they're safe. Like, you almost have to be, like only, like, I'm trying to think if anyone other than From Software, like, let's say you replaced them, the games were all the same, but you replaced it with someone that didn't have that clout that they had built up. Could they have released Elden Ring without it being called Dark Souls 4? I don't know. If Dark Souls 3 wasn't a 10 million seller and Sekiro wasn't a 10 million seller.
But, like, I don't know. I like series that are more interested in, like, developing the series outside of, like, a collection of plot points that have just been stretched out. I like that Final Fantasy is, like,
Trails!
Aesthetics.
Trails in the sky.
Yeah.
I like Final Fantasy a lot too, clearly.
There's something to Final Fantasy that I think does transform it. If people want to say that Chrono Trigger is technically the next Final Fantasy after 6, I kind of disagree with that, because Chrono Trigger doesn't have the same kind of energy that Final Fantasy does.
It is concerned with very different things than Final Fantasy's sort of general trend. I think, I don't know, I like to see iteration that doesn't feel the need to be bound to, like, a series name.
Well, and I guess that it is worth noting that maybe that's part of what the appeal of Persona 3 is for me, because Persona 3, it's hard to understand. It's hard to see it now, because now Persona 4 and 5 have, like, saturated the market in such a comprehensive way. But, like, at its time, Persona 3's entire like dating sim dungeon crawler mashup thing was a significant departure from what the series had already been. At the point in time, the Persona series already had 3 games that were like pretty similar to each other. You know, there's some subtle mechanical differences from 1 to 2 that like are significant enough that it's like they are meaningfully different systems that you're engaging with, but like there's a lot of structural overlap in it. Persona 3 was like a full departure from all of that. So
I will one day get into those older Persona games, but that is a project and a half.
play
that is
Persona
going to
2.
take. You know, I've been
Everyone
thinking
should play
about.
Persona 2.
You know, I've been thinking I can't play Persona 2. I've got to play Persona 4 then 3 because I've already made it clear that my stupid thing is going to be playing the Persona games backwards.
Yeah, but okay, yes, and that would be.
I
Very
won't
funny
play the
and that's
duology
good content.
backwards. I won't play the duology backwards. I
Okay.
will play 2 in its like
Innocent
actual
Sin first,
story
and
order.
then Eternal Punishment. Okay, good.
Because I know a thing about a funny gimmick, and then I also know like fucking ruining my experience. So
yeah, that is fair. But like you have also still set yourself up for a bad time because the next game that you have to play in the series is Persona 4, and Persona 4, no disrespect to the people who like it, but that's my least favorite game in the series.
Then that's perfect. That's perfect. Imagine saving it for last. Holy shit! I just got to the end.
That is true.
Persona 5. I thought it sucked. Okay. To be fair to Persona 4 or 5 or whichever one it was, to be fair, I played it when I was in college. Had I played it as a high schooler, I would have probably loved it.
Sure.
It was also 700 hours too long.
Yeah,
I will play.
Panda, I will say, in a meager defense of Persona 4, while I do think that it's the least good of the series, in my humble opinion, Persona 4 Original is so much better than Persona 4 Golden. It almost looks like a good game if you go from Golden to the original.
The great news is I only own the PS2 version.
Oh, thank God. Okay, so you're gonna have like at least a decently fun time engaging with the mechanical elements of Persona 4. And that is its strongest suit. I think that the mechanics are very fun, and I think that the Persona 4 Golden version just trivializes the game way too much.
Well, part of what hurt Metaphor for me, right, is like, okay, so Metaphor is like is baked in a lot of Persona. Persona's obviously a spin-off of Shin Megami Tensei. I know it's dropped the name since, but
I think Persona 5 was the first game
Yeah.
to drop the Shin Megami Tensei title.
I'm pretty sure, yeah. This is just like don't press that button. I played Shin Megami Tensei 4 last summer, and like Shin Megami Tensei 4 was 40 hours long. And I was like, damn.
I wonder if I could bring
That's
up like my play count.
the Persona and Metaphor are so much longer. And that it did start to grind me in Metaphor, I think, because the story in Metaphor is rather simple.
Mm-hmm.
And I think
Hello, Speedy.
I think towards the end they don't get as much out of it as I would like for an 85-hour game to get out of it. I really had to sit down and like work my way through the final 2 months of the game because it was like a lot of... I feel like the mileage you get out of the end of Metaphor is more or less how much do you like the gameplay? And I liked it, but knowing that it's the same gameplay, not exactly. It would be misleading to say that it's the same because of the archetype system, but the press turn system, like that type of combat, and the archetype system is like a variation on like the Persona system and on the demons in SMT. I would have probably rather experienced 2 stories in the amount of time that it took me to do Metaphor, if I had to play 85 hours of press turning. The longer the game, the better. Let's just start stripping words out of that sentence.
Yeah.
Hello, Speedy.
Ooh. Okay. So I don't know.
Mixx, that's a great point. I have not played Persona though since I've started working in schools. I played Persona.
Sorry.
I played Persona 5 when I was in school before I started working at a school. But I don't work in a school after May.
I did look up my save file for Persona 2 Eternal Punishment, and I shouldn't have done that because I did play... I have on record 98 hours. I think that might also just be because I had it on in the background and like went to bed like several times, so that playtime might be artificially inflated. There is no conceivable way that Eternal Punishment is 98 hours because that's around the amount of playtime that I have for like a Persona 3, 4, 5 run through. So
it said my platinum trophy time for Sekiro was 84 hours. The same time it took me to beat Metaphor once, which was like, it's so weird because I feel like I've played Sekiro way more than Metaphor because like oh wait, I can't use... Fuck! Why do I still have the Chrysler in here? It's because I need to use Fly and I forgot to go get my other dude out. So this is... If I don't get this stomp off, it's over. Oh my god! He sold!
It does say that it does take main story completion about 47.5 hours to beat Persona 2 Eternal Punishment. So, there's that.
Yeah.
The only problem is that you are going to also have to play Innocent Sin, right?
No, the problem is that I have to play Persona 4.
Well, yeah.
Like
But
let's
for
not...
the full Persona 2 experience, that might end up making... Yeah, Innocent Sin is takes on average 35.5 hours for the main story alone.
35
so like they
plus...
do combine into kind of a pretty weighty experience because you do have to play both of them.
Yeah, but it counts as me getting to say I played 2 games. That feels better.
Oh yeah, and they are 2 different like stories. Like
yeah. I've thought about potentially like maybe we get the Metaphor ReFantazio Platinum Trophy at some point because
I would love that.
I do think weirdly, when I started to get towards the end of Metaphor, I was like, you know, this game at this point feels like it has more new game, like the new game plus value of Metaphor starts before the credits ever roll the first time. I'm excited to show off some of the shit I did.
Yeah,
because
I am very
I
excited
owned
about that too.
Metaphor. That game, little cake baby for toddlers, I have to say. Like that was like dessert, that video game. Like those last few bosses were so easy.
Did you beat the Elegy of the Soul?
No. Is that the one for all side quests?
Yeah.
I think I missed a side quest somewhere because I did all of... Like, everything I had in my journal was complete, but I think I just missed one somewhere because I didn't get, like, any... I didn't get the trophy pop up for all side quests or anything. So I was like, oh, that kind of sucks. So I missed some side quests.
Yeah, I'm in the process of beating Elegy of the Soul right now. I mean, not literally right now. I'm not playing it.
You can be honest, you're playing it right now because Pokemon is gonna...
I'm actually not. If you really needed me to be painfully honest, honestly, I am like doing everything that I can to keep awake.
Yeah.
Because I am still jet lagged, I think. So my sleep schedule has just been completely fucked up for the past few days. So like my brain is screaming at me right now that it's like almost 3 o'clock in the morning. But it isn't.
But you have to you still have to reconfigure your entire brain to like know you're in America now. You're in the Eastern Seaboard time zone, whatever they call it. Eastern time.
Eastern Standard. Yeah.
You're amazed
at how diligent I am.
Yeah.
Well, so I would say that if this were other circumstances, I would very like indignantly be like, oh well, I'll have you know that like I only do this I'm only this diligent with like JRPGs that I like, but I do know from experience that that isn't true because I did not have a great time playing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and I did almost 100% all of the side content in Rebirth. I did do that out of stubborn obligation because I felt like if I didn't, some asshole on Twitter or on YouTube would have been in my comments being like, obviously you didn't do all the side quests. How could you like have the holistic experience of the game? And then I would have to like destroy him psychically with my mind.
I just straight up didn't replace the Chrysler in the party. Now I got to do this all again.
Oh, god damn it.
It's fine.
Okay,
so Lukey points out I fell into the trap of playing games like a completionist and never finishing them. That might be a little bit why Metaphor and Persona 5 to an even greater extent, but Metaphor drove me insane. It's because
he kept on trying to do everything.
Well, Metaphor, the Atlas game, those Atlas games kind of floor your playtime. Because when I was playing through the Final Fantasy series, it was like Final Fantasy VII took 27 hours to beat. That game can probably take you 60, 80 if you're doing like everything. And I didn't. I didn't need to. I did that with like every Final Fantasy game. I did more or less bare minimum. I did story only. Final Fantasy V.
Ooh,
we did story
I can
only.
Purchase Final Fantasy VII Rebirth for Steam. No, thank you.
Yes, please. Video 2, the Metaphor and Persona 5 really kind of floor your time because you have to go through all those days. And because you got to have something to do, you start doing all the side quests, you start doing everything, and the game's sort of built around it. It is a game that is like... I feel like those are games that are meant for you to do everything. And I found that at the end of the games, doing everything sort of threw everything into disarray, especially because the last bit of Metaphor is just like a big training arc. Who's the other guy that's supposed to be on like my team?
Your team is supposed to be Dust Skull, Licky Licky, Porygon, Rhyhorn, Giraffe Rig, and Buizel.
Did I already get them out of my... Which one am I missing?
Let me see your team.
John Lick.
You're missing Duskull.
Oh. I mean, I'm really not.
I'll have you know, when I beat Final Fantasy VI again for footage from a Chrono Trigger video, I played through the entire game. I got all of the Magicite. I did all of the side quests. I did the whole 9 yards for Final Fantasy VI. I beat it in 28 hours.
Yeah.
I even went out of my way to grind and teach every single party member all of the spells.
What's up, Drayson? Real RPG heads play Etrian Odyssey. Somewhere, Gil and Nin just had, like, convulsions in their sleep.
Oh.
Gil and Nin love some Etrian Odyssey.
Damn.
I remember, like... To let anybody behind the thing, Germany has weird laws. And there was at one point where Nin was worried about, like, weird German tax law for income. And was like, you know... Instead of paying me cash for this video, because that might fuck with the taxes, get me Etrian Odyssey HD on Steam. Oh, and yeah. I did. I don't remember what video that was for. I'll tell you, if it was a Fire Emblem video, he got the better deal. Maybe, I would say maybe one day Etrian Odyssey, but that probably would require... That would require brain damage, probably. Like, I'd have to fall on my head and then wake up and be a different streamer. That happens, though. That happens, so I can't count it out.
Yeah, I mean, could you imagine waking up and becoming Jizzman?
You know, Your imagination is sick.
Okay, how confident are we feeling about this gym fight?
I have no clue what he's got. So let's see. All right, Crash Her Woke is here. I am not feeling very confident about this fight. If that's the lead,
ooh. Yeah, I just looked over at it. Oh, ho, 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 ho.
That might one. Nah, Porygon's buff. Porygon's swole. It should be fine. We will get one agility off, which hopefully means we'll get one side beam off before it's too late.
Mm-hmm.
We literally, even with agility, couldn't outspeed. Well, get in there, Giraffe Rig.
This is gonna go well.
Oh, it's gonna go better than you think. Damn. Bite's crazy. Damn.
The only thing that could stop Speedy Hawk is Speedy Hawk. Unfortunately, Lord Penn, Speedy Hawk is no longer with us.
Speedy Hawk is not on the team no more. John Lick's got to handle this, right? Like it's going to be fine.
Yeah, I think so.
He dissed Dark Souls. He's now Speedy is not dissed Dark Souls. I want to make that clear to everybody. Speedy Hawk is not dissed to Dark Souls. Speedy Hawk is excited about Dark Souls. Actually, he loves it. No, don't miss. We've got things to do, John Lick.
He's always saying this.
Come on, do not kill me.
Does anybody in chat know if Speedy's pulling for Astriao?
Speedy was here earlier. I wish Speedy was still here to talk about. Is that one of those little gacha game characters?
Yeah. Because I feel like if Speedy's gonna pull for anyone in the like upcoming, it should probably be Evelyn.
John Lick had him.
The court says that that's gibberish. Shut up. Listen,
Is that one of those? Isn't that one of those like nudie games though? That like you.
A little bit. Listen.
Wait. Which one is this? Is this zero? Is this Zero Zone Rizless or whatever?
Yeah. Listen, I'm very cagey about talking about gacha stuff just because like I find the like genre deeply like unethical. In a way that is an existential nightmare.
Look,
but
I'll stop you right there. We don't have to go through this rigmarole every single time. We can just be honest.
You say that.
We like our anime boys. I'm sorry, girls.
Well,
we're all girls now.
well,
but
yeah. Well, no. These games come from China, so they have pronouns there.
They did. But we're. So are we more woke or less woke? Because we have fewer pronouns now, but we just transitioned half of the society. I'm not sure what to make of this. I'm like Ed Tom Bell at the end of No Country for Old Men. I don't know what to make of that.
Listen. I give the speech just because I have a lot of personal anxieties about this, but fine, fair enough. I can bury the hatchet on this one. I have further anxieties because I do play Zenless Zone Zero, which is terrifying because Zenless Zone Zero is...
You said it was Evelyn?
Is just the, like, Gooner game, but also it has one of the most, like, conventionally, like, attractive, like, furry boys I've ever seen in a video game. So, like, there's really only so much that I can do.
Is that Evelyn is the character that you were asking about?
Yeah, I feel like that's going to be the one that's more closer to Speedy's type than, like, Astriao.
Let me look this up. Wait, were you asking? Wait, I'll look up both. Astriel?
Yeah, Astra. Yeah, Kindy Grove has the names. Astra came out today, and Evelyn's gonna come out like next month. Who's the furry boy? Von Lycon, obviously. Come on.
Okay, pictures found. The Speedy's pulling for both.
He's pulling for both. That's what you're calling. Because I pulled for Astra, but that's just because like she's supposed to be like a really, really good support unit.
Yeah.
But at this point in time, I don't really give
I'm always
a shit
saying
about any
this.
of them because I got the one. Well, because I got the only character that I care about in that game, like already. So I'm good.
Blythe Elden Ring was once in a Fortnite interest survey. They got Godzilla's in Fortnite, right? I think Godzilla's in Fortnite now.
Blythe Elden Ring in Fortnite.
Hello, Kapopo. Eric, I don't think John Sekiro would play that game unless you could kill the other one.
No.
Now,
no.
Is ZZZ Zero Zone Rizless really a Gunnar game, or are people just underexposed to the character designs of games like Nike or Fate? Okay, so I forget if it's, I don't know how you're supposed to pronounce Nike, if it's Nikki or Nike, because it's Goddess of Victory, Greek Nike. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure. However, that is Stellar Blade's developer, right? I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure Shift Up. I'm pretty sure Shift Up made that game.
Yeah. Okay. So listen, the thing about Zenless Zone Zero is that basically everything in its like boundary universe conditions has jiggle physics.
In what? Zero Zone
like,
000?
Yeah. Like everything in that game has jiggle physics to like a very uncomfortable degree. I think the aesthetic that they're trying to go for is like kind of almost cartoony, squishy. But the problem with that is that like 90% of the cast are like women with just distinctly not okay like body proportions. So like it is the kind of game that if you sit back for a moment and you play it for too long, you're like, I am watching just really uncomfortably proportioned women jiggle around on screen for just way too much time. But they also gave jiggle physics to Von Lycon, and that is why I am in the particular issue that I'm in. Okay,
so,
I'm only flesh and blood.
And I can't say anything about anybody because, you know, it was funny because the last time we streamed together, the last thing we did before you maybe it's why you fled the country was because we were playing Stellar Blade. And, like, we're going through the Nier outfits, and we get to, like, that final one that's, like, the porn parody Nier one. And everyone's like, yeah, this is the worst one, this is the worst one, this is the worst one. And I'm sitting back, and I'm like, well, after careful evaluation, this one's good. And everyone else is like, this one sucks. You're like, damn. I'm not to be too realistic, but there's no way that this outfit could actually keep Eve inside the outfit. And I'm like, this outfit's good. I'm channeling, I'm manifesting Speedy. Same person.
Listen,
I just don't play Gacha. Maybe I should start.
I'm just in a grave situation because ZZZ is like shamelessly Gunnar bait the video game, and I technically am qualifying as the person who is succumbing to Gunnar bait, but just like not for any of the obvious reasons. It is specifically because I love that one particular boy a lot, and I cannot help myself.
You've seen footage of it? Wait, what are we talking about? This is like a super jiggle physics game, and you're like talking about squishy cute is what they're going for. What does this look like? Can I name a character? Name like who's a goon character from it? Let me look this up.
A goon character?
Yeah,
Any of them.
But I don't know their I don't know the names of the characters. I've never played Zero Zone. Zenless. Name someone. Who's someone?
Okay, so like
who's the most popular? Who's the most popular character in this game? That's like
I actually don't know. I actually don't know. I for a while I thought it was Jane Doe, but I think that Bernice is also super popular.
Bernice.
Now. But like Jane Doe is kind of the obvious one because like she had that one video that was like, oh fuck, she implied lesbian sex at one point? Question mark.
That reminds me of Roger Ebert's review of Mulholland Drive, where he was getting into a little argument about it with Richard Roper on TV, and he was comparing one of the actresses in the movie, and I'm blanking on her name, Laura Happert or something. He was comparing her to like Doris Day, and Richard Roper was like, yeah, but like Doris Day never had like, you know, lesbian sex scene on camera. And Roger Ebert just leans back and he's like, and it would have been better if she did. And that ended the conversation. Oh my God. Yeah, so I'm going to pull this up on the stream here because Drayson asked for it. I didn't. Drayson asked. Actually, how can I make this work? Okay. I've got it here. It's just straight up not working. Come on. There we go. Burning Desires. That's what they call it.
So embarrassing.
So embarrassing. Everyone in here is like, I love playing 000, and then I pull it up, and everyone's like, don't pull it up. No!
Well, like, again, Okay, somebody said that it's not surprising that I'm interested in this game in the way that I am. For me, that's fair. But, like, I am definitely not the person who's being catered to in this game. Okay?
Except for that one character.
Yeah, but like they don't care about him anymore. He was a launch character, and that's it. They've not even come out with another furry character yet.
Bernice has 1,546 files on Rule 34, says Turambar. Now, Jane Doe has 2,273. The part I'm not mentioning in this is that Turambar actually didn't have to look those numbers up. He just knew it off the top of his head. But that's beside the point. We all have numbers like that. You were talking about that earlier. You know, some people know all the Pokemon down to their Pokedex numbers. Some people know how many entries characters have on Rule 34 with daily updates. But that's, you know, I can see, like, that's just like a trailer, though. The jiggle physics was out of control. Who's his name? Joe Doe? John Doe? Jane
Doe.
Jane Doe. Deadly.
The worst part is that I have both of these characters entirely because I casually like pulled on them because I have nothing else to spend that particular resource on anymore. Because again, I have what I want, and I got them for like no effort.
Yeah.
I just kind of feel like a monster.
Is that her with the apple?
Yep, that's her.
Chat, can I ask a question real quick? Is Signal Beam a good move for Porygon?
Isn't that a bug type?
Because I guess it actually isn't a big deal because while looking at the trailer, I accidentally deleted Psybeam for Signal Beam. Yeah, okay, so I see what they, Do people spend money on this? I wish I had money. Because if I had money...
Mm-hmm.
If I had money, I would be pulling it. Pulling in the game. Pulling... Chat, has anybody ever pulled like pulled in a zero, zenless zero. 19,000 total files. Wow. Rookie numbers.
Yeah. Well, you know, that's how you know it's a real game, because I'm pretty sure that that significantly eclipses the files for Raid Shadow Legends.
Chad, have I told you about how we're going to be sponsored by Raid? Raid Shadow Legends needs to hurry up and sponsor my fucking stream.
Yeah.
Because I can't be doing this broke shit anymore. I can't be doing this streams that get 0 chat dollars and 0 new members just for fun. I gotta grind cash, cold hard Fire Emblem cash.
Yeah.
That's why Speedy Hawk's gonna show up on this stream and he's gonna play Zero Zone Zenless while I pull it, while I play Fire Emblem Engage on the stream for everyone. It's true.
I'm mostly just like still in mourning because there is literally one gacha game that I really, really liked and it's dead now. And
Drayson,
it just hurts still.
Drayson, not to shock you or anything, but like the reason why I don't use a webcam when I stream is because I am Darkside Phil.
Yeah. Do I remember Terra Battle? I actually don't remember Terra Battle. I remember Terra from Final Fantasy.
My parole officer would not like it if I got a webcam, being that I'm Darkside Phil. Doorknob is evolving.
Oh, you're dipping into the
wild encounters, random encounters out by Route 213.
Yeah, just a big training arc.
Yeah,
we've been doing.
If you want to start milking chat's funds, you could let people donate to move mons along the conveyor belt. That would just like the problem with that idea is that like that would make this series take longer. And like to be nice to Pokemon, I don't like playing it.
That's fair.
Or I guess okay.
Wait, do you not like playing it or do you not like streaming it? Because those are two different statements.
I love streaming Pokemon because I just get to hang out with chat. And hanging out with chat's fun. It's one of the most fun things you can do. Big Poppy's not around. I don't got to worry about it. $1 equals 1 Munchlax. Lord Pent is like with Fire Emblem, people you pay, you give me the $1, I'll put the character on the wheel and you can spin. I'll spin the wheel. Hanging out with chat is the most fun you can possibly have while playing a game.
Yeah.
Well, you remember
Not
these games.
Not always true for every situation, though.
Well, the reason why you remember these games being more engaging as a kid is because they're kids' games.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna say, I did stream Fallout New Vegas once, and that went, like, disastrously bad.
That's that game that, like, that's that shitty game that sucks ass, right? Or am I thinking of a different one? I'm thinking of a different one. Well, I'm thinking of, like, Fallout 4.
Yeah.
Get the Sackman in.
New Vegas is the one that like all the cool kids like.
Fucking bullshit.
And 76 is the MMO.
I'm not here for mid.
I'm tapping the I'm not here for mid button, just so you know, very consistently.
Yeah. I'm aware.
Okay, here's what drives me crazy about Pokemon, right? The real answer. So you've got id. So let's give Freud his flowers as he deserves. Id, ego, super ego, right? What do you want? How do you get it? How do you really get it? All that. Okay. Pokemon drives me crazy Because as a YouTuber, I have to pretend that it's mature and deep and interesting.
Yeah.
And that's what drives me crazy. That's
it
why I
does
can't
suck a
wait.
lot.
I can't wait to get to Gen 5. I'm so excited to get to Gen 5. I'm dying for it. John Lick, no! Fucking sold again. You know what? I'm resetting that one.
Crash Her Woke is really taking you to town.
I'm literally like, I don't give a shit. Thank you so much for the $10, Blueberries. Thanks for being cool. This is always a good time. Nothing quippy this time. So sorry. No, nothing to be sorry about. Blueberries, I appreciate the $10, and I appreciate you being here hanging out.
Also, Athena, this was a very, very long time ago. I streamed New Vegas. I didn't get all the way through it. It's just, I burnt out on it really quickly, because New Vegas is the kind of video game that, like, everybody who plays it, or, like, everybody who has, like, a history with it, gets very, very invested in making sure that you have that experience with it. And if you have multiple people in the chat doing that at the same time, it's a lot. And I just kind of got overwhelmed.
Oh, when good at Pokemon people are in the Pokemon chat, I scream and cry.
Now, yeah, but, like, could you imagine being surrounded by people who are good at Pokemon, like, yelling at you on how to play it the most efficient and then the best way?
Yes.
And this was literally the very, very first time that you've ever played a Pokemon game in your life.
I don't know if that'd be more or less worse bad.
Because, like, I've never played a Fallout game, period, until I tried New Vegas. So I was plunged into something that I did not really have, like, a meaningful relationship with, while, like 7 different people in my chat were just, like, all very invested in trying to make sure that I play it their way. So it's a lot. It's a lot. Yeah, I've been meaning to get back to New Vegas, but I was gonna make it an off-stream game and just, you know, kind of quietly enjoy it.
Metaphor was very important to me because I learned you don't have to make content, big dog.
Yeah.
Content is bad for your brain. John Lick wants to learn me first. Damn, selfish.
Damn. Yeah, I don't know. It's something that I struggle with a lot. Like,
that is a really funny move.
I've been pushing myself to get back into, like, cooking is, like, a very serious thing. And every single time I work really hard on, like, learning a new recipe or, like, figuring out a new way of, like, cooking something, there's a tiny part of me that's like, you should post pictures of this to, like, your social media. You should try to, like, make, like, YouTube shorts about it or something. And it's like, no, I can't. I cannot keep doing this. Like,
yeah, YouTube shorts is something that I've tried to avoid because I know that, like, if you do it, especially if you get some success off of it of any type, everything in your brain's just going to be cooked by it.
Yeah. Like, sometimes you just need something in your life to be yours, you know?
Oh shit, I still have this Jane Doe trailer up. I need to check.
Listen. Judge me on my taste. Look up the Von Lycon trailer and tell me how embarrassing I am, okay?
Von...
Oh god, I'll type it out in chat. There we go.
I was trying to find some... I love the way of the future being our language predictors, because someone had commented, John Lick, God fucking damn it. This is literally
brutal. This is brutal.
You might be able to tell that, like, I don't care anymore. Like, I kind of just want I want the footage of the game, because the good thing. The great thing
We're
about
rapidly approaching just like you going like, "Hey chat, what's that over there?" And then like the next moment you've loaded up Dragon Quest VII.
No. Hold on. What's his name? John Lycan? Von Lycan. Chat, let's just take a moment and we're gonna watch this trailer together. And off screen, I'm currently not pressing buttons in Pokemon that you can't see it. You literally
Or hear it. Definitely
or
not.
hear it for sure.
I can't believe this Pokemon, this trailer stole the Pokemon music. Yeah. That's a My Hero Academia character.
Man, this reminds me of like remember Super Smash Brothers? Remember
I'm aware of that niche video game series.
I only like obscure Smash Bros games like Melee.
Yeah.
You might have heard of it. You know, someone earlier had said Xenoblade when I had mentioned like Xenoblade and like, oh, Xenoblade is like a gacha about like, is this a game more like about buying women than Xenoblade 2? Xenoblade 2 at least has the advantage of, even though you're gambling for women, you're gambling for women under the philosophy of Gnosticism, and that makes it very different. We call it zones of existence. Actually, in Catholic mysticism, we call it actually, in Catholic mysticism, we say there are 0 zones because Gnosticism isn't real.
Sure.
And Mary was like the Virgin Mary because Joseph was Rizless, right? God, the tennis coach. Man, this guy likes boxes.
Well, it's his job to like the boxes. He's a professional.
Yeah, he's a professional gambler for women. Is that one of those Raymond Raving Rabbids?
Yes. So, listen. On the one hand, I may have gotten horribly down bad for the Wolfman and it has compromised my moral integrity. On the other hand, some of the people in the chat have see the vision at the very least.
What's another like famous character from this like game?
From this game?
From like 0-0.
Why? To what end, can I ask?
I'm just trying to familiarize myself with the roster while I try to fix my emulator. God. Okay. Who else is there? Someone in chat, name me a character while I fix my emulator.
God had to send angels to convince Mary to get married to Joseph. Dude was not him. Joseph wasn't the stepdad. He was the dad who stepped up. God almighty.
You know what? Enough of the trailers. Chat won't name a character. They don't like any characters. Who's this?
Who's what? Remember, I'm on a delay if you're gonna show stuff to me.
Looking up gameplay. Okay. All right. Let's check out some gameplay.
Let's bring up Subway Surfers.
What does this game look like when you play it?
Oh, it's like baby's first Devil May Cry.
Wow. This is actually... You ever play No More Heroes?
You know that I have.
Yeah. You know, how much money would Travis Touchdown spend on this game?
He would go bankrupt.
Okay.
Also, this person is terrible at this game, but that doesn't matter.
How are they bad? I don't understand. It looks like they're winning.
So, okay, when those bars, like, get all, like, flashy like that, you're supposed to hit them with a combo then, and it starts a chain attack, and the chain attacks are where you get the big damage. Also, he's fighting with the support character. Nicole's job is literally to come on stage, press the skill button, shoot the big, like, vortex cannon, and then leave.
Okay, but
so, like, I don't know why she has to, like, sit here and, like, fight everything herself.
Mm-hmm.
So, Viv's Endless Zone Zero stream, never in a million years.
This is...
I have to draw the line at some point in my life when it comes to, like, my artistic ethical principles. It's bad enough that I do play this game to begin with. I will not stream it. Are you kidding me?
Here's my concern, though, right? Like, with the statement you just made. The uploader of this video, the channel name is Vivian Aladrin. So I just want to make sure...
Play like this.
I just want to make sure
like
it's
this.
specifically said when I click on this person's channel, there's also a Catherine video. I just want to know, right? Like, is this a mix-up?
God. I'd throw away my principal and become a professional ZZZ streamer. I don't think I'm that good at the game that I could, like, go pro with it. I've seen people do high-end content for this game, and it's just... so unnecessarily fiddly. Like, I just can't... I can never get behind a game... Any game system that, like, requires you to be really fucking fiddly about it. I just... It's agony.
Mm-hmm.
Guess
what? I got big news.
What's up? Are we ready to go?
I have... almost... Wait,
okay.
Actually, now I just straight up can't even find the thing in Streamlabs to fix it. No, I just deleted chat off the face of the earth. I apologize. That's Kyle. There we go.
Kyle. I love Kyle.
Now, let's see if we can win. I've got a strategy this time, believe it or not.
What is your strategy, may I ask?
We're gonna use an X accuracy so that rollout doesn't miss.
Oh yeah, that's clever.
Yeah. Because, you know, one of the big issues that I have been finding, I don't really have a way around Intimidate, but I think, like, with the X accuracy, it should end up being fine. So, we'll see how Crash Her Woke goes. Now, yeah. What? Why are you laughing? Were you what? What? Oh, is this like the sleep? Is this the sleep deprivation thing again? Is this like the?
Yeah, I'm very, very tired and jet lagged. Yes, that's correct.
Well, okay. John Lick is exacting high-level gameplay, and you're laughing?
Yeah, that's... I mean, don't worry about it. It's probably fine. God, you know, if it doesn't miss, rollout suddenly becomes pretty powerful, huh?
Yeah. You know, I, personally... Hyper potion.
We'd love to see a hyper potion.
Somehow it's that X accuracy, right? We didn't miss.
Yeah.
You know,
it's good to see a Pokemon NPC receive the Whitney treatment, though. in fairness.
Can I say something about Licky Licky's design?
Yeah.
Licky Licky's hair looks like the hair that the newborn baby has on like the warning symbol on like a poison where they're like 0 through 3 and they'll put like the baby with the no sign through it. That's what his hair looks like. Her hair.
Mm-hmm.
We live in a a post-based world. We live in the woke era.
Yeah, we live in the American Girl Boss future.
Yeah. Someone had asked if we had ever thought about doing a Nuzlocke.
I mean,
and
I don't know. Like,
we is... I like how you just immediately your way out of this one. I am actually not a huge Nuzlocke fan.
I'm not either. I don't really care for Nuzlocks.
For me, the problem with Nuzlocks... Well, okay, there's nothing wrong with Nuzlocks. So let me reword that. My issue for me personally when trying to do a Nuzlocke is that if I'm playing Pokemon and I'm also in a mood where I care, which I'm not in right now, I like moves like Explosion and Self-Destruct. And I like crazy sacrificing and throwing stuff. I love that you can just die without consequence in Pokemon.
Yeah.
And I love to take advantage of that. Because you can really, if you want to, you can take so much advantage of that. And to me, that's like part of the fun. I love when the Pokemon die.
So, can I ask to look at the party really quickly?
Yeah, just 1 second. Let me I gotta make a change real quick to the stream here. Well, let's read chat for the time being. So chat, you all played some good games. I've been playing Yakuza Kiwami 2. That game's good. I don't want to shock anybody, but
I've been considering getting into the Yakuza series, but I do feel like part of me wants to play the non-remake version of Yakuza 1. Just kind of start with like the original one.
That is fair. I wish I did, because I really think like playing like Yakuza Kiwami feels weird. Yakuza Kiwami adds a lot of stuff that wasn't like there in the original that feel like tonally out of place. You can look at the stream now if you want to see what the Pokemon are, by the way.
Okay.
So, like, what's the situation here?
Just curiosity. Don't mind me. Just wanted to take a peek. It's sometimes nice to just sort of see the team. You know, I do that a lot when I play Pokemon. I just kind of open up the Pokemon menu and I look at my guys and I'm just like, yeah. I'm sorry, I look at my girls and I'm like, yeah.
Hello, Loomer. Is this a good game? Probably not.
I mean, it could be.
Yeah, it usually is.
Yeah.
Let's see. Persona 3 Fez. I love doorknobs, says Athena. I do too.
Yeah.
Amori. Beckland's playing Amori. Is Rhyhorn named after chat?
I've heard a lot about Amori.
Is Rhyhorn named after chat? Turimbar. You are Rhyhorn. You was posting all the facts. Remember when we streamed Stellar Blade? We can't talk about nobody for nothing.
That's true.
We made the Jizzler list.
We did make the Jizzler list.
We've got a tar pit. Am I dead?
This is it.
Did I die?
I can't believe you're soft locked.
No, let me out.
Oh, you have to like jiggle the control pad.
Ah. Echoes map. Welcome to Route 212. So what is on Route 212 other than Jiggly Cactus?
Let's find out. Let's see here. Well, actually, I should have checked Pastoria City. So technically speaking, you do have to get a Pokemon out of Pastoria City.
What do they got?
If you surf, which you now can do, I'm pretty sure.
I don't think I have surf yet.
You don't have surf yet. Okay. Well, you can hold for surf if you want. But beyond that, you have to either fish out a Magikarp or a Remoraid. If you want to hold for surf, you can get Tentacool, Tentacruel, Wingull, Shellos, or Gastrodon.
Let's get Remoraid.
Hell yeah.
Did I get something out of the Great Marsh? Is that the Safari Zone? Because someone...
that is the Safari Zone.
Justin was asking about the Safari Zone. I don't know, the Safari Zone. I don't want to do that. There's so many options there.
What we could do... I'd
rather have an empty spot on my team than pick a Pokemon from the Safari Zone.
An empty spot. I was going to suggest, why don't you ask Nin to pick out the Safari Zone Pokemon
and just put the Pokemon in my party?
Put it in there off screen so that way we just don't have to fucking deal with it. Because like the Safari Zone is always such an exhausting time.
Well, especially in this game. I think this game's got some of the craziest Safari Zone stuff.
It has like this is when they were like, we need to put weird mechanics into the Safari Zone.
They're not biting my rod.
They're not biting your rod. Chat, like this if you cry and you don't get bites on your rod.
Yes, Remoraid. Chat, our rod got bit.
Oh, hell yeah. Alright, say goodbye to Duskull. Duskull is out of here.
Wah, wah, cry, sad. Oh my god, bite my rod.
Oh my god.
What's up, Nick? Unrelatable. Damn.
I do have the Route 212 list.
Yes.
Ready for you? Should you want?
The jet. It's a jet. This is the jet Pokemon.
Yeah.
This is Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. Let me know when you're ready for the list.
Okay. Read the list.
Your options for Route 212 are Meryl, Ralts, Curlia, Roselia, Staravia. You can surf for a Psyduck or a Golduck. You can fish for a Magikarp, a Goldeen. End of list.
I think I'll go for Curlia.
Or
who does Curlia replace?
Southern area. Because there's a northern area and a southern area. And in the southern area, you can get Quagsire, Buizel, Shellos, Croagunk. You can surf for a Tentacool or Tentacruel, a Shellos or a Gastrodon. Or you could fish up a Magikarp or a Remoraid. End of list. You want Curlia, you said?
Yeah. Who else leaves the
type.
Pokemon party?
That is when Licky Licky leaves.
Damn. We're definitely getting Chiefs Eagles again, and I hate it. Turambar, I hate everything, okay? Last time we streamed, it was bad news. War broke out on the Bengals field last time we streamed.
And now I don't exactly know what you mean. Licky Licky is a normal level.
Why is... Well, this is Pokemon. There's no, like, you can just do that if you want. Like, you can...
Yeah.
You can just fight wild Pokemon. That's what I did. That's why our playtime is... Oh, goddamn. This game put me to sleep. That's why this...
See, we're both tired now. See?
Yeah. Oh, I gotta go to work. I don't fucking hate fucking work. Jesus Christ. Work sucks.
Hey.
I know.
hey, by this time next year, you're going to be in law school instead,
Oh,
and that's going to be a very different experience.
I don't know what kind of experience it is going to be. I hope it's fine. Year one of law school will definitely be the honeymoon, though. That'll be the honeymoon phase. Because
honeymoon is a very interesting way of putting that. But
think about think about where I'm coming from.
I guess.
Okay, semester 1.
Oh, Quagsire is such a good-looking Pokemon, though.
He looks like an Earthbound enemy.
He does a little bit.
Yeah. Hello, Nora Neon. Punish Trevor. That is true, MixX. We are doing an epic gamer challenge.
We are.
It's anything like med school. It's just exams all the time, forever. I don't know.
I mean, law school's thing is less exams all the time, forever, and more you have exactly one exam at the end of the semester, and if you fail it, that's it. And then, in the meantime, it's like 40 pages of reading per class. Per day of class.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a lot of, like, studying and taking notes and writing shit down. And dealing with very, very smug professors and very, very smug rich white people.
Okay, but check this out.
Not to name and shame, I have had acquaintances in law school who have told me to my face, oh, yeah, both my parents make, like, 7-figure salaries, but, like, we try not to make a big deal out of it, so, like, we just have kind of a nice house and, you know, try not to, you know, make a big to-do.
Well, could you give me some money?
Right? It's, like, cool.
If you're going to talk about it, like, just drop me.
She asked us to, you know, split the bill when we went out for lunch. If we could split the bill.
Oh, I know a guy that gets like almost $100,000 a year in stock dividends from, well, I was going to say from her grandparents.
From
her grandmothers, and was like, oh, I'm tight for cash. Can you cover this at the very end? And I was like, I'm never going out with you again. Anywhere. Like, I got it this time because the nachos was good. But we ain't going anywhere ever again.
Yeah, it fucking sucks.
I find that people like that, really, really wealthy people, like, okay, not all wealthy people. I would say people who have inherited wealth have a very fascinating definition of strapped for cash.
Yeah.
A very cool and interesting definition. We're getting Licky back out because I need something to cut down this tree.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for that. Here's the worst part of taking the LSAT, right? One of the 4 sections is unscored. It's like experimental questions, but they don't tell you which one. And like,
oh, I hate that shit.
I have my vibe in my head of like, I know how I did on each section, so I'm just like praying. I am praying to ZZ's Endless and not the one that I felt like I destroyed. Bopper always finds It's true, right? Before today, it's just because I'm rusty, right? Usually, like, I don't have to grind, like, a couple levels. Like, I can usually get it done without grinding.
Listen, you're rusty. There are extenuating circumstances vis-a-vis the country that make this whole thing feel worse, at least for me. And your co-host is, like, trying with every fiber of their being. I'm sorry, of her being. Now I have to misgender myself. It's only a partial misgender. Like...
But it's still woke at the same time. Like, we gotta keep that straight.
Yeah, obviously.
It's somehow. We have found we're now a country that wokely misgenders. I don't know what to make of that. I saw it in a dream.
But, like, you also have a co-host who is, like, using every fiber of their being to fucking keep awake right now.
Twitter's woke. It's named after the X chromosome.
Oh. I accidentally unplugged my headphones. Hold on 1 second. I can't hear you.
I knew a rich kid who just threw things out, perfectly usable appliances.
I threw my head back. There it is. Okay. You're back.
Becklin's talking about knowing a rich kid that just threw out perfectly usable appliances. My fridge. Chat, does anybody in here know anything about fridge repair before I have to figure out how to do this myself?
I know that there's a Freon tube in there, and you do not want to cut it.
I just drink Freon. There's, I'm pretty sure Women Guy does, for sure. Like, I saw Women Guy in there once just straight drinking raw Clorox. He didn't even cook the shit. And just having a grand old time. Speaking of perfectly usable appliances, I just like flooded the kitchen almost because the water dispenser.
Headphones again. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That was pure accident.
All I know is my fridge needs repair. So my fridge, the water dispenser that you like stick a cup in and it shits water out for you to drink. I did that and I pulled the cup away and like the lever that you push down came up. Everything was normal, but the water just kept flowing. The water just kept coming out and kept coming out and wouldn't stop. And then I pressed the ice button and it just shifted crapping out ice. And then I clicked water and it just went to water. And I don't know if that's I don't know what kind of issue that is. I don't know what is happening with that. The fridge knows I'm thirsty.
Well, is it a smart fridge? Is it a woke fridge?
If it was a smart fridge, I would know it probably disconnected from the Wi-Fi or some shit, and then broke. I found out today that I can't change the inputs on the TV that I've had for years if it disconnects from the Wi-Fi. What? I have to manually do it. I can't do it with the remote. The fridge is telling you to stay hydrated. I should have just stuck my mouth under it, my gaping maw underneath it, and just drank the whole thing. It wasn't so bad, though, because then I literally was like, well, make lemons out of lemonade, right? So I just, I dumped some Pine Sol on the floor and just used all the water to mop.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, hey, that's getting it done. But...
yeah.
The issue, obviously, is, what do I do about that? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Is it still belching out ice and water right now?
It eventually just stopped. So...
well, next time you need ice or water, you just gotta come in for the long haul.
Just gotta scoop it off the floor. Just get the mop bucket out. You know...
yeah.
I can repair stuff. I cannot... fuck with the fridge, though. I've never had to do that. No one's ever taught me that.
It's time for you to, like, next time you need water, you just bring in every single, like, receptacle that needs water and just make a day of it. Like, fuck it. Fill up the mop bucket, fill up any extra water bottles you have.
Yeah, just make it a time. You're gonna come in to the kitchen and see 50 glasses of just full water, like at surface tension on all levels.
In case you get thirsty later.
In case I get thirsty later. Stay hydrated. As they tell you in Resident Evil 3 Remake, eat your greens!
Yeah.
What am I going to do? Not eat my water? You turned off the ice maker function, right?
I'm not here for mid.
This isn't a Tesla branded
nah,
fridge,
it's
right?
Frigidaire.
Okay.
If it was Tesla branded, I would be dead right now.
It's true. Would have exploded.
Yeah.
My poor stepdad, I hate to name and shame him. He is, like, most of the time he's a lovely person. It's just that I kind of suspect that, like, a few years ago he had, like, a tech bro crush on Elon Musk that he never managed to, like, get over fully. So we were talking about stuff and he's like, hey, say what you will about the Cybertruck, you can't blow that thing up. And I looked at him and I'm like, 2025 literally opened with somebody leaving a Cybertruck in front of a hotel that was on fire. And he's like, yeah, but it didn't explode. And I'm like, okay, well, is that the bar that we're going? Is that where the bar is right now?
Not to be difficult, but technically correct because you cannot blow up a Cybertruck because by the time you get to it, it already blew itself up. Technically,
that is true.
No one's ever been more correct.
That is not the flex you think it is. Yeah, it's just like, I don't know what to tell you.
Imagine, like, people struggle to conceptualize. It's like, say that about anything else.
Hey, say what you will. Oh, God, I'm trying to come up with one. Fuck.
Hey, look.
I'm too tired for this. Lord Pent, please help us out. I know you have something good in there.
Say what you will about a Ford Raptor truck. At least it only periodically gets the brake stuck and kills 50 pedestrians. Like... I literally keep clicking the move that's disabled currently.
If I had my wits about me at the time, I would have brought up, like, didn't a Tesla, like, literally be directly responsible for, like, an extended family member of Mitch McConnell's dying? Because, like, it fell into a body of water and fried all of the electronic locks and she couldn't actually get out. And, like, she died there?
I think so.
They have an entire policy on how to unlock the Cybertruck doors if they get too much water on them. Too much water being, of course, any amount of water that can penetrate through the paneling, which is most amounts of water. Like...
Do I really have to fight a stupid double battle?
You have to break the door of your Cybertruck in order to actually, like, get into it.
Yeah.
Or open it if the electronic locks like freeze up.
I love it when the HVAC doesn't work and I love when the HVAC doesn't work and I die of hypothermia because my Wi-Fi was disconnected.
Yeah. Say what you will. Say what you will about my Juicero, but it technically doesn't explode.
Don't let my fridge near your Cybertruck.
Technically speaking, my Juicero can fill a glass with some amount of liquid.
Athena says that the Cybertruck was originally supposed to have a granite dashboard. Now, the thing that's hilarious to me about that...
Well, it wasn't granite, it was marble.
What's hilarious to me is that true? I genuinely don't know. If it was any other car manufacturer, I'd be like, that's a funny joke. But here, I'm like...
It was intended as an original design, but they did go for having a marble finish instead of it being like a full block of marble. Probably because if you have a giant slab of marble in your thing that can go like 80 miles an hour, and you hit literally anything, that giant slab of like rock will pulverize your body immediately.
Yeah, but the truck already does that anyway by not having crumple zones. So, like, honestly, at that point, it might be mercy to have the marble also smash through your skull because at least it's over.
They will be opening the wreckage of that Cybertruck, and inside it will just be like a fine red mist. Just like, that's it.
You're gonna disintegrate like a Resident Evil 1 enemy just melting away.
Yeah. I mean, it might be a mercy because again, that might just like, at least it's instantaneous. You won't have time to process it.
Some guy has Little Caesars. Oh god. It's fragging cold. Some guy can't get Little Caesars. It's so good. I did beat Crash Her Wake though.
You did. You did beat Crash Her Woke.
Mm-hmm.
You went comatose because you're sick, but you live. What did you miss? Justin, don't worry about it. Just normal things.
Huh?
Hmm?
My fridge killed a man. That's beside the point, but I love that you have big iPad screens on the middle of Tesla so you can watch Subway Surfers while you bowl over pedestrians. I hate they've put these big iPads in like every car. Like even my Corolla has it, and I'm like, Jesus. I bought this car because the Corolla's like supposed to be the least decked out car and also the most like stable and doesn't break. It's always been like that. I drove a 97 Corolla for years. I get a new one, they big fucking iPad right there, and I'm like, this is why insurance costs $800 a month. Like, the thing about every insurance, most insurance is like a scam, and auto insurance is anyway. But like when people complain about how expensive car insurance is, I'm like, this is the one case where I understand why it's as expensive as it is, because fucking Americans they all have iPads on their dashboards, and they drive 70 miles over the speed limit, and they drive cyber trucks, and they just straight up casually kill pedestrians every day that they drive. Like, that's just the way that it is.
It's great, ?
Okay, I think this is up where we have Curlia. Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
How much a month? I exaggerated it a little bit, but like usually when people do say that they spend like, when people complain, like you'll hear, you know, when someone says they love to read and they show a picture of their like a right winger says I love to read philosophy, and then you see their bookshelf and you're like, spine check. You could call leftists on that one too, to be honest, but
oh yeah,
whenever you see someone post like, I voted for Donald Trump because you've seen how expensive the auto insurance is. I spend $350 a month on auto insurance, State Farm. Somebody says they spend $300 on insurance immediately. Can I get a driving record check, please? Because I guarantee you they killed a person.
God.
The trouble with it is, like, I drive a Corolla, right? It's just a sedan. It's a Toyota Corolla. It's a sedan. I spend like $100 a month on insurance. And, like, people that drive gigantic monster trucks with wheels the size of people are like, why is my insurance $600? Also, I can't afford eggs. I'm spending $1,700 a month on my monster truck. Car culture is funny. It's weird talking to people from like big cities that like just don't have to deal with this, because like I feel like I'm the only sane person in a completely insane car state. Most people in Kentucky kind of have to have cars because we just don't have the public infrastructure for it. The public transportation for not having a car, but
yeah,
they're all stupid. Everyone's a dumbass. The first thing everyone does, like I'm dealing with like students, they're like, check out this car I'm buying. I'm like, with your part-time job at Quiznos, you're buying that thing. It's only $400 a month for 7-year loan. Wow.
Sorry, I'm busy taking my government-mandated hormones so that way I can more appropriately align with the biologically recognized the sex that has been imposed upon me.
Chat, raise your hand if you were once the large reproductive cell.
Let me see those hands.
Hands. The $1,200 candle budget drill tweet energy. That's literally every single like car freak. Is like I make a teacher salary and I go on the lot and I see like every dude teacher, because here's the thing about teachers, right? Guy teachers have really, really, really small penises. In the aggregate, to be clear, aggregate. And I know this because I will like get out of my car and I'm like looking up. I feel like I got warped into one of those like fantasy zones where you're like the little tiny like molecule person, because every dude teacher who's insecure about working a feminine coded job owns a fucking Ford F-150 monster truck. I'm like, dude, you're on teacher salary.
Yeah.
Yeah, some guy, the guy that constantly says California and talks about how Fed now is going to steal, California guy who was talking recently about how Fed now is an initiative from California that's going to drain the bank accounts of all Trump voters in California, has truck nuts.
No, him? No.
I can't believe it. So in the age range where they charge extra for insurance because young, bad at driving is the worst part. Yeah, I remember those days. Couldn't rent a car either. The buy $500 car, it breaks down, new car. Hey, that's how I got by in college. That's actually not true. 97 Corolla takes you far in this world. I just want a Curly. A Curly is not time of day locked, right?
Perlia is at a reduced appearance at 10% tonight.
Oh, but we'll get it. Just had to make sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, California was hilarious though because it was they just keep saying it. They just keep saying all of them are saying it at that point. He said it and all.
That's so fucked up.
He was talking about all the places he wasn't going to take his kids to vacation, and I was like, wow, wow. Yeah, I'm not going to take my kids to California. Okay.
Didn't California literally, like, in the last election, like, agree with
to have slavery? Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, no, we don't really want to see poor people around us.
Oh, yeah. Like, immediately everyone was predicting President Gavin Newsom in 2028 trying to pass the kill all homeless and Republicans bill. And, honestly, the sad thing is he might get that one passed. But yeah, they did that because it was something like you can't do like unpaid prison labor anymore, and they were like, "No, we love unpaid."
Yeah, obviously we need unpaid prison labor.
To me, the nightmare reality of like this country, and I had a friend that has predicted that we're about to have like a sequence, as we have already been in the middle of doing. We're gonna have a sequence of one-term presidents because Americans are very selfish in like a very stupid way where we are just gonna blindly scream about grocery prices every single day for like the next decade, and like every election is going to be decided off of like, I am mad right now, whatever we're doing we should not be doing, and whatever we're not doing is what we should be doing, is basically the ethos of all
grocery prices
US.
Are too high, we need fascism. Fascism didn't fix the grocery prices.
We need communism.
Yeah. It's embarrassing.
Yeah.
It's also fucking sad.
Why did you get a car insurance ad? Chat, can we rank our favorite State Farm commercials? I think that was something that I had told you recently, because like I was freaking out earlier.
Oh yeah, we had that conversation.
We did have that conversation about ranking car insurance commercials. Well, it wasn't about ranking car insurance commercials. We were talking
about Marvel movies.
It was
right?
about Marvel movies, because I had said that you had like picked like some movie. You were like, well, I mean, I guess like that one. Like, and I was like, nah. Ranking Marvel movies is like ranking your favorite State Farm commercials, because
yeah,
that's what everything feels like to me now. It's like the amount of ads I see in a day makes me so mad. Because it's like ads, there's places where I'm okay with ads and places where I'm not. Like, I know that if I'm watching YouTube for free, okay, ads, sure, fine. even like on streaming, so I know people get like all like, oh, you know, okay, I pay like X amount of dollars a month, I shouldn't get ads on the streaming service. People don't understand, I think, a lot of times how expensive that stuff is, and if you like genuinely support like actors and the unions and everything, like the money's got to come from somewhere to get them their dues, especially when you understand the system that we live under. You're basically, do I watch ads or do actors get paid? It's sort of the choice you have to make in our current system. But I was watching some shit on Hulu, anime. It was pretty good. It was called Heavenly Delusion, and they wouldn't continue the episode until I took a quiz about the ads they just showed. And
oh right, you told me about this.
Yeah, it literally was asking me questions about like the Infinity Ultra or whatever the car was. It wasn't a choose your ad experience, Becklin. It literally was asking questions, and I couldn't advance the episode until I got the questions about the car that was being advertised to me correct.
Jesus.
But it was also just like the code
nightmare.
What happened if you got the quiz wrong? They'd ask you the question again.
That's
yes, Carlia.
There it is. Holy shit.
Because again, I'm fine with like, okay, you want to advertise your stupid fucking like get the State Farm, watch Derrick Henry flip a refrigerator at the commercial break of your episode that the episode was edited around anyway, so that you can go up and get like your popcorn or whatever, or refill your nuts. But so like I'm fine, like okay, yeah, whatever. I get it on that, but like to make me then a captive audience to the ad itself, like holy shit, go fuck yourself. I'm not doing that. Hulu's the worst.
It's so bad.
I sent you that article. I think I sent you that excerpt I found from a CNN article talking about how, where CNN was like, why do people call us whack? Why do they say we suck at journalism? And then they published an article about Trump coin where they were like, Trump, a known convicted scam artist. It appears that Trump coin does have many safeguards to prevent it from being a scam. Which is 2 layers of fucking ridiculous thing to say, right? Like, because 1, Trump, 2, crypto. Do you need... Do we straight up need, like, Woodward and Bernstein to put that together? Like, come on now. Don't be silly.
Oh, shit. I mean, listen, this comes out hot on the heels of, this was CNN, right?
Yeah.
Okay, see, that makes it all the more weird, because, like, literally a few days before that, they released this very weird article about how, like, Lucy has promised publicly that she's not going to pull the football away at the last second when Charlie Brown runs in to kick it. Like, they got an exclusive interview with her and everything. So, like, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Like...
Why do people say we suck? They're... CNN on that front is literally like a... as like, we are the fourth estate. They're the guy from The Simpsons and the...
Yeah,
in the Cape Fear episode.
I'll be your friend. Yeah.
We can put the pressure on the government. Come on. Come on, please.
Jeez.
Oh, you're mean.
God, what a disgrace. There's so much, like, to be fucking furious about.
The fucking
these
cops
days.
caught me.
Oh, fuck. You got hit by the coppers?
One thing I'd say is about CNN is I'd rather have a CNN dad than a Fox dad. Well, is that the... Wait, that might be accidentally, that might be our equivalent of, well, at least the Cybertruck doesn't always blow up.
Yeah.
Somehow that feels worse than 1984, said to Drayson about the Hulu ad.
Yeah.
1984 at least had the dignity to be like an actual dystopia with like a propaganda government straight up lying to you about everything and like changing your brain chemistry. Here they're literally like, buy.
It is
Take a quiz
it
on
is
the
an
thing.
exhausting nightmare.
Well, it's exhausting too because it is like a give and take, right? Like the give and take on the ads is that the money's got to come from somewhere to pay everyone. And film production especially is very, very expensive. Even in like responsibly budgeted stuff. But then the give and take from the advertisers is that everybody can just get up and walk away. But like I turn on my TV and like it immediately starts blasting ads at me. It drives me crazy.
It's so fucking bad. Yeah, it's like, I don't know. Everything's gotten really, really bad, and I think a lot of it is just that, like, I think we're just, like, very, very deep into, like, the later stages of capitalism, where, like, everything is just geared towards profit maximum, and it's just choking the life out of everything. And we did also elect the guy who is going to be very enthusiastically into allowing them to choke way more out of us than, like, ever before. Just, yeah, it's so fucking much.
Well, Loomer, don't worry. We just got way more woke.
Yeah.
I hate to break it to everyone. Like, they do want all the money. Like, this is very true. I don't know. Like, regardless of everything, I think what drives me the most crazy about everything is that all technology at this point is just geared to, like, different modes of advertisement. Even again, being a person that's fine with the stuff that was grandfathered in, I'm fine with commercials, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. Fair. Sure. Fucking quizzes. And the thing that gets me crazy, it makes me so mad about Hulu especially, is like, you have to watch, like, for like a one episode of a show, you got to watch like 5 different ad breaks. And they're like in random AI generated places. And I'm like,
fucking horrible.
This is a TV show that is literally edited for a commercial break in the middle. Just put them there.
Yeah, but, you know.
Okay, so somebody...
That would require a little bit more work.
Okay, here's something cool. For if Chad is interested in hearing. So YouTube has a little AI on the back end that if you're a content creator on YouTube, you can respond to comments that people leave your videos with AI. And so somebody said on my Demon Souls video, they were very excited to see that I had used The Void's song Human Sadness in the Patreon credits. They said, holy crap, Human Sadness mentioned? And I have canned responses such as, that's a huge part of what makes the game so unique and powerful. I think that's one of the things that makes these games so good, that they deal with these themes in such a straightforward and matter-of-fact way. My favorite, though, is that someone said, this is one of my favorite comments I've actually ever gotten. Dude, who are you? I have no idea how I got subscribed to you or who you are, but this video rocks.
Oh, hell yeah.
To which my AI options, if I want to scrape some content, my AI options to respond to this is, I am a person who has no idea what I'm doing. Or, welcome to my channel. You're gonna be here a while, and it's gonna get weirder. What the fuck is this?
I hate it so much.
But what I want to know is who are the YouTubers that like are clicking on these, right?
I have no idea. I can't even imagine like a real person clicking on them.
Mm-hmm.
But in my defense, I'm also like hanging by a thread as far as like staying awake.
Yeah. Oh, we're about to bow out of here. Let me just tell you this one AI thing about
cool.
Pokemon.
Yeah, please.
I understand the nostalgia and appreciate the detailed analysis. It's a common belief that the earlier generations are better, but you'll find a lot of disagreement on the internet. That one reads like something John Boyce would write on Blue Sky about like.
Yeah.
Many people have been saying that if you get to the end zone, you score 6 points. However, there is some disagreement on this.
Yeah. It's very corporate like friendly, and I think that that's soul sucking. I think that that's actively miserable, and I hate it.
Yeah. Every John Boy, I will say this, everybody. If you're on Blue Sky, follow John Boyce because everything he says is
He's so good at it. He's so good at it. It's unfair.
Yeah. To quote John Boyce, as much as I love rice, I hate cooking it. Throw a grain into a pot of boiling water, wait, fish it out, throw in another, wait, fish it out. I'm still cooking Friday night's fucking dinner. Sorry for the language, but I am so over this.
So good.
Thank you, chat. It's gonna get weirder, and then everybody posting Punish Trevor.
Yeah, I've been noticing that.
Yeah, I love Punish Trevor. All right, chat. Thank you all for joining today.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see you all next time.
It's been a pleasure, as always.
It really hasn't, but
have a good night.
Many people disagree about this on the internet. Pokemon hasn't been a pleasure. Chat and you being here and hanging out has been a pleasure. Not chat.
Well, thank you.
No, chat. Yeah, it's not Pokemon. I'm tired too.
We all need to listen. We all need to take a break, okay?
We all need to
Let's
go
all
to
go
sleep.
to bed.
We all need to go to sleep and like do anything else with our lives.
God, seriously.
Except unless it's subscribed to patreon.com/bootybopper. Do that and join the game club. We're playing Parasite Eve. You got a week to play Parasite Eve before
I've already beat Parasite Eve. It's so fun to finally be ahead of something.
And next month, chat, we're going to play Sin and Punishment and Sin and Punishment SAR's successor. You got to be there or be square.
Hell yeah.
See you all later. You guys are the best. And we'll play Pokemon next time. As legit as always. See you all then. Goodbye.
Have a good one.